Valero, Texas Open, round number 2. There has been some movement. We'll keep you updated on what's happening. All the big names, with the exception of Ricky Fowler, appear to be ready to stay for the weekend. San Antonio Spurs, they return to action tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson listed as questionable, as is Keldon Johnson. And Lael Collins has a new job. He signed with the Buffalo Bills.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live at the Valero, Texas Open. Back on the driving range, day 2. Tell you what, it looks like a lot of people took Friday off, and they're out here at TPC San Antonio.
There's no question. There's a lot more people out here today than there were yesterday. They're enjoying the weather. It's really nice because a few clouds in the sky today where there wasn't yesterday. So you kind of get a break from the sun, and the wind is howling again.
You sound like Bill Taylor also. There's no break from the sun.
There is.
I mean,
there's
look,
clouds out there.
A little bit of cloud cover, but I mean, there's a lot of blue. The sun is coming down. It's fantastic. It's windy.
It's windy
as well.
Yes, it's windy as hell. We'll see if the dew will survive today.
So yesterday, Joe Reinagle's hair moved. Now, I've known Joe. Joe and I have been friends since 1993.
Long time, yeah.
I've never seen his hair out of place out in public. Now, you travel places, you do stuff like that. That's the exception to the rule, breakfast. But knowing what your hair looked like at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show, I was impressed and surprised that the wind had that much power behind it. Then you had an event last night, and I know you texted your wife, Maggie, and said, because you're meeting her there, bring the hairspray and the brush.
And she did.
Were you able to salvage it at dinner?
Yes, it looked perfect again.
Of course.
But, I've got a little trick, and I'm surprised I didn't use it yesterday. You take a little water and just kind of rub it in. It reactivates all the product that's in there. So if it happens again today, water will be my friend.
So instead of Aquanet, you're going to go Aquafina?
Aquafina.
To try to fix the hair?
Yeah, I don't use Aquanet, just for the record.
I know you don't, but
it's Tresemme.
Tresemme.
Yeah.
Number 18.
Number 3.
Extra hold.
Number
Cement
3.
version.
Yes.
Ready mix.
Number 3. And it didn't really pass the test yesterday, so
you got
a little bit disappointed.
Up your game to 4.
Well, I need a haircut. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow morning. That'll help things tremendously.
Oh, good Lord. good Lord. I don't know if I should talk about this or not.
No, you need to.
But
absolutely.
How do you not? I went to a show last night. My friend Marcy Grace was playing at Sam's Burger Joint. And we're at Sam's, and my wife and my buddy John Robbins and his friend Ian and Ian's new girlfriend and Alberto, we're all hanging out at Sam's Burger Joint with a bunch of other people watching Marcy Grace play.
Yeah.
And she's fantastic, by the way. I love her. And I saw something that I've never seen before, almost anywhere. Like I've had people say, oh, I see, I had a guy that was doing this on an airplane. I've seen. So this guy, and it, it wasn't overly packed, and we had a booth on the side, and all of a sudden, it's whatever part of the show had been going, the drinks had been flowing, we're having a good time, and this guy walks in front of us, and he's standing probably 4 or 5 feet in front of us. Like I said, not crowded, so he wasn't right in front of us, but he walked into our sight lines and standing behind other people that were, so there were people in front of him, and he's there, and then it's us in the booth there. And Ian said, what is on that guy's phone? And he had one of those phones with the extra large screens, similar to what like Rob Thompson has the kind of phone that opens up whatever that is. And this guy is watching porn while at the concert, but he's sitting there and this movie is playing. And he's got his phone down. It's not like he was sitting there watching it with his hand. He just had his phone in his hand, and as his arms are dangling, and there's porn. You could just see it on his screen.
Well, I like porn.
And again, home privacy. I mean, but not in public, not at a concert. And so Ian notices it first, of course, because it's Ian.
Yes.
And John takes some video of the guy. I take some video of the guy. What do you do with that? You can't post it, but I sent it to the group chat. And John Robbins was like, that wasn't like some social media clip either. He must have downloaded the movie and hit play. And at one point, all right, no, movie's still going, but I'm going to go enjoy the rest of it. It was the most bizarre thing.
Can you butt dial something like that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering if you fake call somebody, can you not fake, but like butt start the movie on? I'm just wondering if that's what happened, or was the guy actually watching that?
I don't know.
And this was some pretty hardcore stuff from the picture I saw in the group chat.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of analyzing of the film. It was not your run of the mill. There was a lot going on in that thing. And again, I don't know that you can accidentally start that.
So that makes sense in my brain. So you go to a concert, and you know there's going to be a lot of people there, and you're standing and you're watching porn. I mean, dude, there's nothing you can do with that. I mean, you're in a crowded place. It's not like you're going to go and to the bathroom and
yes,
have fun with yourself.
I would hope not. I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea.
I gotta warm up the pipes.
I've had friends that have, I couldn't believe what some guy was watching on the plane. All right, pretty short flight, right? Or not? I don't know. But I've never seen anything like that ever anywhere. But I've certainly never seen anything like that at a concert, let alone a small venue with a, pun intended, intimate crowd.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you. Look, I mean, what you do in your own house is your business.
Sure.
But, I mean, you got a problem if you're watching that at a concert.
Well, exactly. It was the most bizarre thing. And if I were to tell you guys this story without that video, you wouldn't have believed me.
No.
Because that is just not something that you expect or would believe.
I'm at a nice family event, kids around, and I get this thing from Minix, and I'm like, what the?
Well, I mean, it's not like with what you saw, no kid could have seen that.
Well, no. Well, I don't know. I blew it up, and well, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
So you're watching porn at a family event with kids around. You're zooming in going,
no, I couldn't figure out what it was.
Really?
I look at it, and I'm like,
how long did it take you to figure out what it was?
Well, I mean,
it didn't take Ian that long at all.
When you zoom it in, you kind of get a pretty good idea what the hell it is.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, because they're going to town.
It was the most bizarre thing.
I'm not sure. I just that's baffling. Hey, no judgment to the dude, but just don't do that.
No, there's lots of judgment.
Well, don't do that at the concert.
Yeah, there's lots of judgment.
Man,
the old time and place.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you watch that stuff to kind of get aroused, right? I mean, and then you just don't have. There's no way to have a conclusion.
Well, I mean, none of it made sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
None of it made sense. I mean, seriously, what do you do with that?
Wow. I don't know.
And of course, to give you an idea, this Ian guy is the first one that noticed it. A few years ago, we were out here at the Valero, Texas Open on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And there was a group of us, and we lost Ian. We couldn't find Ian for hours. Couldn't find this guy. And he had passed out in the porta potty. we had found him hours later.
Passed out in the porta potty.
Looking for him. And somebody went over there and they're still trying to call him, heard the phone ringing, and he had passed out and was locked in to a porta potty over there by 16.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's that guy. And of course, it would be him being the first one to notice this dude watching porn on his phone.
Well, I mean, from the video I saw, this guy wasn't hiding it.
No.
I mean, so it was in plain sight. If you just looked at it, and you kind of, hey, what's happening over there?
Yeah, it's not like he was in a corner booth by himself.
No.
It's not like, and he's got, again, one of those phone screens,
that's big.
That are larger than like my iPhone. He's got one of those.
Yeah.
It looked like a mini iPad, although it was his phone. It's like sometimes you've got 48-point type on your phone. I could read your text messages from
not anymore.
Outer
You
space.
can't. Not anymore.
Right? Well, you used to could. Although it was impossible to read because the took 3 different lines on a text message. I mean, I just you could, but it's just like what the. I've never seen anything like that.
Say my type is very normal now. In fact, it's as low as it is. I don't need that stuff anymore, man.
Yeah.
New eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Parker.
Some of the comments, Gilberto said he had a manager who had a porn playing in his office on his phone while he was working, would just lower the volume when you would come in. It was so weird. That was your manager?
So what would happen when you're sitting there? Did you hear this?
Hey, Sue said he's just living.
Yeah, that's right.
And Alexandra is more worried about the guy that passed out in the porta potty.
Well, I don't blame that.
Yeah.
He could have died in there.
You just got to know Ian.
Suffocation.
Ian is something else.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Well, it's quite the night, Minix.
It really is. And I've had some people that have, too quickly have sent me messages. Post the video on social media.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not posting that video on social media.
Well, you can't see the dude's face, right? And he was a big boy.
You can't, yeah. But still, what are the rules? I'm not posting porn on mine, and I mean, and that's what it is, right? I don't know what the rules are, but no, I'm not going to post the video. Now, if you're out here at the Valero, Texas Open, and you swing by the tent, I'll show it to you. And while you're here, after you watch that video and you sit in Shelton's lap, you might be able to make him smile because we couldn't find anybody yesterday to get a selfie with Greg.
Or he might make you smile.
Well,
woo!
He did ask me to text him the video.
I know.
And then the video that John took. So he's got 2 different videos of the same thing, although different angles. And I got to admit, John's video of this encounter last night is far better than the video I took last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were really studying this guy.
Well, we couldn't believe what we were seeing.
I'm just saying.
I mean, and again.
It comes to a point where you say, hey, dude, you shouldn't be doing that, but keep it going.
Well,
I mean, that's kind of how you guys were. Hey, can you give us a better shot of that?
No.
I'm starting to wonder.
Another woman who likes to be double-fisted in a different way, I think.
I'm starting to wonder who the perv is here. The dude with the porn on his phone or you and Robbins?
Well, and the rest of the group. I blame Ian.
Holy cow.
I blame Ian.
Yeah.
It's all Ian's fault.
It's his fault.
And his new girlfriend.
Well, this is a new girlfriend. He probably doesn't need any help. Now, the dude that was there with it originally, he could probably use all the help he could get.
There's not enough help.
Oh, man. Quite the night, that's for sure.
It was
no question about it.
It was interesting. It was definitely interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't quite that interesting.
Well, I made it interesting when I sent the video to you.
Well, you did.
Apparently.
That kind of livened things up a little bit.
It livened things up for Pledge last night. He was happy about the video.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Yeah, Pledge was mad that I stopped my video after like 15 seconds.
I know. So you just saved the rest for yourself.
That's all I took, and then I moved on.
Uh-huh. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although when Robbins texted me this morning and was like, did you watch? When John was analyzing the video.
Studying this
yes,
stuff,
he was studying the video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
it wasn't run of the mill.
He had a nice night, I'm sure.
Maybe a better morning. I have no idea. Good Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's going to be an incredible next couple of days. for college basketball, starting with the women's tournament. Tonight as the Final Four gets underway. We'll talk about the matchups this weekend. Coming up here on the Blitz, live at the Valero Texas Open on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Now, if you're going to fire up the grill this weekend, and it's a gorgeous weekend to do it, before you do that, make sure you go by Tri-County Meat Markets, 2 great locations, because you know that great meal starts with great meat, and there's no better place to go get your meat than at Tri-County Meat Market. Locally owned, full service. They have everything you need to up your grilling game. Beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, so much more. If you're thinking beef ribs this weekend, maybe you want to do a brisket or a tri-tip, maybe a picanha, get in there. You want some pork ribs, that'll get you taken care of. Their seasoned fajitas, both the beef and the chicken, they're better than what you can do on your own, so just go by there and get those seasoned fajitas. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect, and you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Air Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
With 64 games in the books, UConn, Purdue, NC State, and Alabama now converge on Phoenix, with just 2 more wins needed to claim the 2024 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Tune in this Saturday to hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four.
It's all come down to this, the 2024 Final Four, Saturday at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is open with a true Vegas feel. The Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. Whether you are seeking high-octane cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Root Pub, offers daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello?
This is your fortune. Listen, the Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy your official state lottery tickets right from your phone.
I can do that.
With the jackpot.com lottery app, you can.
Your fortune is calling. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to the App Store and search for the jackpot.com lottery app.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park, because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. and with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hype the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On a Friday afternoon, our office view today is the driving range at TPC San Antonio. Second round action of the Valero Texas Open on a beautiful Chamber of Commerce type day.
Everybody excited over here. There's a buzz because apparently, well, I'd say apparently, Jordan Spieth's caddy just walked down and is set up, and I guess they're waiting for Jordan to show up. He's already played today, had a much better day today. He shot 4 under par. He stands at -3 for the tournament. So, yeah, he made that hole-in-one yesterday, and that kind of kick-started him, and he played well today. So that was good to see.
And the crowd over here where we are, where the players, the golfers will come through to come out to the driving range, just the fact that the caddy is here and has his bag set up, he's not far behind. And a lot of people over here trying to get a picture or a signature.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how Jordan is at stuff like that, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure.
Well, coming off of 18, they have a kids autograph alley, which I think is very cool.
That's very cool.
You see all the different, whether it's flags or the oversized golf balls that guys can sign and stuff like that. But I like that it's kids only. Over here, just kids, but you got hey kid, go up there, try to But it'll be interesting to see because there is that autograph alley, and I've seen him in the past when he was here before sign quite a bit. I don't know when you're coming out to the driving range, are you too focused or is it a little bit more casual? And the way he played today, I'd like to think he'd be a little casual.
Yeah, and that's not unique for these pros. They'll come out usually after a round and hit a few balls just to kind of correct some of the things that they think went wrong. Although Jordan played extremely well today, Rory McIlroy played extremely well today. He's already done, and so it's going to be a good weekend. And if you're with the Valero Texas Open or coming out for the weekend, it's good for you too because there are going to be a lot of big name golfers that are sticking around before they head off to Augusta next week.
You think about this weekend, starting tonight, the next 4 days are going to be incredible, should be incredible with the basketball that's on tap for us. Monday, the Blitz is going to be live out at the Rue Pub, 281 and Redland Road for the men's national championship game and an Eclipse after party, I suppose. Well,
I guess so, right?
Why not? But you look at tonight's game. If you're looking for a place to go watch the women's Final Four tonight, get into the Rue Pub because you'll have the Spurs game on. They'll have that on as well. And you look at tonight's game, I don't want to downplay the first game, but South Carolina is going to destroy NC State at 6 o'clock.
I would imagine. So, look, I think South Carolina destroys anybody that's still left. I mean, they're that
And that
good.
includes Caitlin Clark
That includes Caitlin Clark. Look, I'm not sure that Caitlin Clark and I will get by UConn, to be honest with you. UConn's got a hell of a player as well.
That Paige, who would be it's crazy that Paige was that, and he's taken a step back because of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But in reality, UConn is UConn. And it's weird to think of UConn as an underdog, but yet here they are. And it's a 3-seed UConn versus a 1-seed Iowa. This game tonight at 8 o'clock is going to be incredible. And if NC State does what we expect them to do to South Carolina, or South Carolina does to NC State what we expect, both potential opponents in the championship game are going to create incredible games.
No doubt about it. Everybody obviously is rooting for Iowa. They want Caitlin Clark to get to that championship game. And boy, I tell you what, if she does and Iowa gets there against South Carolina, what a matchup that will be Saturday night for the championship for the ladies. But, when's the last time, Minix, honestly, that we have talked women's college basketball? I mean, honestly, in depth. And I don't say that as a slight.
No.
But with these players that are playing and the stars that they've become, people are excited about it.
When you obviously, like when we've had the women's Final Fours here in San Antonio, there's some conversation, but surface level. What Caitlin Clark has done and Angel Reese has done, it kind of takes me back to like women's soccer, and all of a sudden, we're talking and watching the women's national team because they were so good. You go back to Mia Hamm or Brandy Chastain, or you know what I mean. And again, not norm, but for us, but they're becoming more and more mainstream. The fact that 3 or 4 times women's basketball has become appointment television.
Yeah,
you could see the growth of the sport. It is incredible. It's just like soccer talk. 15 years ago, nobody talked soccer, and soccer has developed into. It is incredible what they have done and how quickly they've been able to turn the conversation.
Well, and just, waking up this morning, we turned the TV on and there was a promo for the ladies' game. And Maggie said, "Oh, that's tonight. We got to watch that." And it's like everybody's excited about it, and I'm happy to see that. I really am happy to see that, because if you sit down and watch a game, which I've done more than I have in my entire life here over the last several days, it's a pretty good game. It really is a pretty good game.
It's so interesting when you think about the growth. And I know there's still some Neanderthals out there that will talk about this or talk about that. But, the WNBA, when it first started, what was a below the rim game? Nobody really wanted, it's, arena football to 11-man football. It's not the same. It's not the NFL. If you go in thinking it's that, you're going to be highly disappointed.
Sure.
If you go in knowing what you're going to see and then watching the athletes take over. And I think that's a big part of it, is the incredible athleticism that you're seeing from female athletes and the growth that's been there over the last 20 years.
Well, and just, stars have to do star things. Now, when you look at a Caitlin Clark, for example, she does. I mean, she's Steph Curry. I mean, she really is. The way she puts up 3-point shots from, between half court and the 3-point line and makes most of them. It's just, people get excited about seeing athletes do special things like that. And it's the same with all the players that are still playing. But with Caitlin Clark, she's kind of taken the world by storm. She really has, because of what she can do on the floor. And I'm excited about it. I'm going to watch tonight. I'll be tuned in.
I'm looking forward to the second game for sure, 8 o'clock, UConn and Iowa. Then, of course, on Saturday, you've got NC State and Purdue as the early game and Alabama-UConn as the late game, both on TBS on Saturday for the right to play for the national championship on Monday night. I feel like, all right, it's going to be Purdue-UConn. But there have been upsets throughout this tournament. Is NC State more likely to upset Purdue, or Alabama more likely to upset UConn?
If I had to pick, I would say NC State. Who's playing Purdue?
NC State.
NC State. Yes, that's because Zach Edey is Zach Edey. And he's a big man. He's a monster, but he can't do anything else other than be underneath the basket. He's going to have a guy in Burns guarding him tonight that can do a few more things and has got some good footwork and may be able to hamper him a little bit. So I think the matchup for Purdue is not a favorable one when you look at that. Somebody else is going to have to step up for Purdue to get it done. I don't think Edey is going to – I think he's going to be taken away. And maybe you could say the same for Burns on the other side. But if I had to pick an upset in the making, I think it's NC State. But I don't think it matters who wins. They're going to get beat on Monday night.
Well, UConn, and they do it by double digits. I agree with you. I think the game on Monday night will pit Purdue against UConn. But if I had to try to pick an upset this weekend, I'd go NC State. Quite frankly, I don't even know that NC State or Alabama cover. Purdue's a 9.5-point favorite. UConn's an 11.5-point favorite.
I'm taking NC State plus 9.5 all day long. Give me NC State plus the 9.5. I'm taking that. That's what I'm doing tonight. I like that one. I think if they get beat, they get beat, but I don't think that one's going to be a blowout. UConn's a different story, but give me the points in NC State. Cinderella rides.
Oh, here we go.
No pumpkin tonight.
We'll see. It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Stars. Talk some NFL coming up on the Blitz. Live at the Valero, Texas Open. Round 2 action underway here at TPC San Antonio. If you have been putting off going to the dentist and you know you need to go, or maybe you've been to the dentist and he gave you all kinds of recommendations and you want a second opinion, get in to see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces, Dr. Smith, who I've been going to for years. You can book an appointment online. Just go to the website, smilestructure.com. 5 locations. You can find the one closest to you and book that appointment, because at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces, they can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics, Invisalign. If you've got an emergency situation, you break a tooth, he'll get you taken care of. If you just need a good cleaning and whitening, they will do that. Crowns, fillings, dental implants, wisdom teeth extraction. They do it all. They even offer general anesthesia, sedation, and cosmetic dentistry. They do take Medicaid and all PPO insurance, and they offer a dental savings plan if you don't have dental insurance. They are veteran-owned and operated, and they offer discounts to uninsured veterans. Right now, get a free exam and x-rays when you mention 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Again, they do have 5 San Antonio area locations. Find that location closest to you and book an appointment. SmileStructure.com is the website. SmileStructure.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we will have crowned a women's champion. She reigns supreme. We'll talk about how they did it.
Plus, the men get going tonight. Who will win it all? What will one shining moment look like? And hey, it's Masters Week. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
San Antonio, get ready for Car Fest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at carfestsa.org.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? Well, Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has helped over 35,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares, and they may be able to help you too. If you were misled led into signing a timeshare agreement that is a lifetime commitment. If you were told timeshare is a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, you need to get the facts about timeshare cancellation. For over 10 years, Wesley Financial Group has been dedicated to helping folks get out of a lifetime of debt by canceling their timeshares. So they created a timeshare exit information kit, which reveals how the timeshare industry works and what your options are for cancellation. Simply call Wesley right now and they will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. See how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Again, 800-761-0000.
Viva Fitness. Fiesta Fit Fest presented by HEB is coming to San Antonio April 12th through the 14th, 2024. Get geared up to party and celebrate all things fitness. Headlined by La Tap, Texas, the Tour de France cycling event. Burn it to earn it. Fiesta Fit Fest features the SATX 5K, 10K runs presented by Michelob Ultra. Register today at fiestafitfest.com. Sponsored by HEB, Thomas J. Henry, Michelob Ultra, University Health, and Expel.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app. Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan Egelline, Jason Minix, live at the Valero Texas Open on this Friday, round 2. Good day.
Well, it was a good day for the guys that went off this afternoon. Man, the wind, somebody told me that it was gusting up to 40 miles an hour out there. So those guys this afternoon may have a difficult time when it comes to this wind, man. It is windy out here today.
You know, some people use miles per hour. We use the Reinigal hair movement scale. And that scale, that meter is off the charts.
It is. And, you know, we've changed our position here in the tent on the driving range. Yesterday, it was blowing more from the side. What's helping me today is we're into the wind. It's blowing right at us.
Well, we had to adjust the tent for that reason.
Well, and I appreciate that.
Joe was like, you know, my hair, I'd rather it come straight on. So at least while it's blowing, it blows evenly.
Yes.
And Greg Shelton thought, man, that's a great idea, Jim.
He did. That's a great idea, Jim.
Let's
and he was
unplug everything without bitching and move the table.
He didn't bitch once.
No.
He knows.
He
understands.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has the same problem. He wears a hat all the time, but underneath there, he's like flowing locks going down everywhere. He understands.
I don't know if I would say flowing locks. Although every time you do see Greg Shelton without a hat, you figure he's seeing his parole officer. You know, there's something going on. Speaking of seeing Greg Shelton, if you're coming out here or if you know somebody that's out here, we've got a $50 gift card to 90 Proof Bar and Grill. If you can get a selfie with Greg and he smiles in the photo, you'll win that $50 gift card. It's that easy.
That easy. I mean,
it's
simple.
that easy.
It's so simple. It's unreal. We only had we have a couple of tries yesterday. Nobody got it done. But you know, there's always today. And he seems like he's in a much better mood today.
Well,
so
he is in a much better mood. But what I find interesting, because $50 is $50, right?
Sure.
There was one guy up here earlier from Temple, Texas, trying to give me crap because I'm from Copper's Cove. And the Wildcats.
Is that a big rivalry?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you know, Copper's Cove, the big rival was either the Killeen Kangaroos or the Ellison Eagles. And then you got the Temple Wildcats right there.
Yeah.
When I was at Copper, 2-8 was normal. 3-7 was a good year. That year we went 5-5. I mean, that was. I mean, boy, Hal Mummy could have ran for mayor.
Wow!
But at the same time, Copper's Cove has gotten better and really good. You know, the RG3 days and Peanut Tillman days and what they've done recently. But back in the day, everybody kicked our ass. So you know, of course, Temple liked playing Copper's Cove. But my years in high school, Temple won state, Killeen won state. and Waco, the Waco Lions, won state.
Never Copper's Cove, huh? No, that's too bad.
They still have never won state. The one time we had a chance, Alamo Heights beat them in the Alamo Dome. Yeah. RG3 lost a state championship game, but he got us there.
Well, that's too bad.
But at that point, the guy from Temple was like, I sure would, but I'm not sitting in that guy's lap. I got $50.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Shelton was too high on that either, though. Dude sitting in his lap.
But he backed his chair out, so I think he was willing to let it try.
Well,
I have no idea. So if you want a $50 gift card to 90 Proof Bar and Grill, come get a selfie with Shelton. And Shelton will. Shelton said, "Yeah, show me your video from last night." But that's what he just said. Wow,
he might make you smile.
Well, don't necessarily know I want to be in his lap if he's doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever. I've seen Stranger.
He's on the rise.
Based on last night. It's rather bizarre.
Craziness.
Mm-hmm. So Stephon Diggs is going to wear number 1 for the Houston Texans.
Yes. And I guess that's important to Texan fans.
Why is it big? You've got a 1-year deal, so here's your jersey number?
I guess all this the big deal about jersey numbers and how we have to know what number he's going to wear. What did he wear in Buffalo? Was
14.
14? Is there a 14?
Of course, there's a 14.
I get it, but
on Houston. I don't know who wears 14 with the Houston Texans. Pledge, do you know?
Off the top of my head, no.
No.
So I wonder why he wouldn't want to wear 14 again. Maybe just a complete break, fresh start.
Well,
number 1.
And again, he would be able to, whatever number he wanted. The way the NFL does it, and I don't know if it's genius or ridiculous, maybe a little of both. But like there was all that talk when Kirk Cousins ended up in Atlanta. Kyle Pitts just gave him his number. You could wear number 8. Kyle wanted to do, Kirk Cousins wanted to do something for Kyle Pitts, but he was like, no, take the number. It's fine. And Kirk Cousins talked about he has worn number 8 his entire life, going back to little league, junior high, high school. How much is it worth to you? Well, apparently not that much because, while Kyle Pitts was willing to give it up, the NFL said, wait a minute. If you want to change numbers, you've got to buy every Kyle Pitts jersey that's been made for sale with the number 8 and Pitts on the back. And according to Kirk Cousins on the Shaq podcast, Kirk said, well, it was going to be several $100,000. And so I'm going to wear 18 and Kyle's going to keep number 8.
That lowers Cousins in my book a little bit. Spend the money, get those jerseys, pass them out to kids. You would know what a hero he would have been to do that. What's a couple $100,000 to Kirk Cousins?
I think if it were money going to a charity, he probably would.
Well, it would have been a charity. You give them to a charity, or you give them a kids group or something.
You mean $50 million, $100 million guaranteed, and he doesn't want to part way with a couple of $100,000?
That's what I'm saying. Well, come on, Kurt, you're better than that.
I question the order guy at the NFL jersey shop that thought they needed that many Kyle Pitts jerseys in stock that they can't sell them.
Well, in the city of Atlanta, I'm sure they're all over the place.
Then they would be sold. I mean, you put in your projections on, we're going to sell a boatload of these jerseys. Let's get them made. And you realize they're sitting in a warehouse and, Kirk Cousins wants it, man. We're finally going to sell these things.
Well, look, and this has got to be like officially licensed stuff. It's not like the Academy brand that you go get it at Academy, right?
It might be. I mean, it's probably not the $20 version you're buying from China.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's only the official ones.
Sure.
But look, those jerseys are what, about $200 or $300 a piece?
Sure, but I don't know what they're. I honestly, I don't know if it's the official expensive ones or the iron-on ones. But if it's an 8 that says Pitts on the back, Kirk Cousins has to buy it. If it's in the NFL shop warehouse,
I would have had my agent or manager or somebody say, "How much is it going to be?"
They did. It was a couple $100,000. They said, "I'm going to be 18."
That I tell you what, I'm a Kirk Cousins fan. I like the guy. He's made a lot of money being mediocre. And I love that. And so but that lowers him a little.
Really?
Buy the jerseys, hand them out, give them to some kids. Do you know how many kids in the Atlanta area would love to have a Kyle Pitts jersey?
Yeah, but it would be the wrong number.
Yeah, but they can't afford it, and they would love that. Are you kidding me? That would put smiles on kids' faces from all over the Atlanta area.
What if you're not
or Georgia, for that matter?
What if you're not allowed to keep the jerseys?
So what are you going to do with them?
I don't know.
Are you going to burn them?
Or recycle them?
No.
You know?
Now, the NFL would allow that. They'd allow
I have no
Cousins
idea.
to do that.
I mean, do you remember when Jalen Smith changed his jersey number and he bought out the inventory because there was like $20,000? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and, if you bought a Jalen Smith jersey, you're regretting the hell out of it right now.
Well, I mean, he bought a lot of them. But when you look at it, I think it's the guy that ordered jerseys for the Atlanta Falcons that thought they were going to need that many Kyle Pitts jerseys.
Well, I mean, he is
a couple $100,000.
He is the biggest star on that team.
Well,
I mean, let's
you
face
better
it,
check
right?
Bijan Robinson might have something to say
Well,
about
if they'll play him.
I mean, Kyle Pitts, we thought was going to be this great superstar. He's been in the on a milk carton in Atlanta.
Well, he hasn't had a quarterback. Now he's got a quarterback.
Marcus
He'll be a big
Mariota,
star.
Desmond Ritter.
Exactly.
I mean, now he's got Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
Kirk Cousins, he's right there in the level with Dak Prescott. Perfect right there. So, I mean, regular season, they'll be great.
Yes.
Playoffs, they're going to suck.
Yeah. Primetime games for Kirk. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, primetime games, playoff games too.
Yeah.
Kirk has one less than Dak.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad Dak's beating somebody somewhere. He's got Kirk Cousins.
Did you hear the Rock apparently was late for some wrestling event?
Yes.
He said, I was late because I was watching film of Jalen Hurts losing the playoffs again.
Mm-hmm. Hey, got to win the playoffs. That's where quarterbacks are judged.
You got to win the Super Bowl.
No.
Yes.
Quarterbacks.
Jalen Hurts has been to a Super Bowl. You got to win the Super Bowl to not get that kind of crap.
Well, that's true. And to The Rock, I would say, at least he got you there.
Yeah, see, you say it's good enough just to get there, but it's not.
Dude, I just like to, as a radio station that covers the Dallas Cowboys, it would just be nice to be able to talk about, an extended playoff run instead of a first round exit. And so I'm just like, it'd be nice. And they got there. Do you imagine the Philadelphia radio stations, all the excitement they had leading up to the Super Bowl? You go to Radio Row, your team's there. Would that be nice to just experience that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So I give Jalen Hurts a lot of credit.
Yeah, you're so full of it. You are so
No, I'm
full
serious.
You are
I give him a lot of credit.
Full of it.
Good for you, Jalen.
I mean, you all these quarterbacks, I mean, no matter what Dak, and if Dak does, you're going to say they got lucky as hell to do it again. I mean, I can see the future. I can see the future.
I would not say that.
Yes, you would.
Dude, I was going to humiliate myself. But knowing it was Dak Prescott, I could make that bet and safely assume. Now, I will say I was a little bit afraid when the Eagles collapsed and the Cowboys had a couple of home games in front of them. And then I was just happy as hell.
I love
that
you,
Green Bay
Dak.
game. Just a giggle fest in my house.
Well, it's always a giggle fest in your house. I imagine, the Bills fans. Yeah, I don't know if you're happy or sad that Diggs is gone.
They're happy. At least the one Bills fan I know.
But what I do like about what the Bills did, they told Diggs, dude, you can find the trade. You can go anywhere but Kansas City.
Yeah. They actually banned any trade talk to the Kansas City Chiefs for Stephon Diggs. So I find that hilarious, and it makes sense. Why would you want him to go to the Chiefs, a team that continually kicks your ass? Right? I mean, and then you give them Stephon Diggs. So yeah. I think it's good, and it makes perfect sense. Doesn't surprise me at all. Although, if you're Diggs, you might have wanted to go to Kansas City.
Well, sure, you would have, but you end up in Houston with C.J. Stroud. You'll take that. So apparently, Diggs paid Jimmy Ward $100,000 to wear number 1. And I'm guessing there's no Jimmy Ward jerseys for sale in the team shop, so he doesn't have to buy those out.
Well, Pledge might have one.
I doubt it.
No?
Pledge has a lot of obscure jerseys. but he's probably going to. So now Diggs, Stroud, and Tank Dell make 713.
Oh,
that's so cute.
How sweet.
That's so cute.
Isn't that nice?
Well, that's like seeing the pictures of Ohtani standing next to Mookie Betts, so it says Ohtani Betts.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's, it's cute, 713.
Well, and it's kind of like with Grady and the other guy with the black.
Yeah. Anthony Black and Grady Dick when
That's
they
it, yeah.
swapped jerseys.
Yes. And they stood exactly
perfectly.
where they wanted to stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they knew exactly what they were doing with that.
Well, that's $100K. Now, I guess you're right. I guess Jimmy Ward didn't have a lot of jerseys to buy, but Kyle Pitts does.
Yeah, a couple $100,000. I mean, you pay a guy $100,000 for his jerseys.
Wow.
I don't know if he does have any available in the team shop. You got to buy those out. I don't know if Jimmy now has to use part of that $100,000 to do that, or does Diggs have to do that? I have no idea. But it is on the players. The teams can't do it.
$100,000 is to those guys is not a significant amount of money.
No, it's like $50.
Right. I mean, so it's not. So that's why I don't understand. Kirk Cousins. A little bit disappointed in old Kirk.
It's a couple $100,000.
Well, okay.
Dude, do you remember watching quarterback? That guy's made a lot of money, but he is cheap.
He is a cheap dude,
I mean,
yeah.
He will spend, it's kind of like somebody's wife I know. I mean, she could be cheap on some of the strangest things and yet spend ridiculous on others.
They talking about my wife?
No, but yes, everybody, I'm that way. You're that way. There are certain things you're not willing to spend money on.
Well, if number 8 means that much to you, and obviously it doesn't.
It had a price tag.
So anybody that's got a Kirk Cousins jersey number 8, you might as well throw it in the garbage can.
Well, I mean, if you have a Kirk Cousins Minnesota 8 or a Kirk Cousins Washington 8 or a Kirk Cousins, you've already gotten rid of it.
You think so?
Well, it's in the closet. You can't wear it anymore.
Sure you can.
Although I see that's...
Well, when he's into the Hall of Fame, it'll be worth something.
What have you been drinking?
Wait, did that come out loud?
The fact that was even in your head. I mean, where's he? He's going into the Michigan State Hall of Fame.
That's nice.
I would think he would make that he will go in the Agents Academy Wall of Honor on, man, you talk about a guy that has bet on yourself and stolen the most money with the least amount of results. Hey, Kirk, you're the guy.
No, he doesn't own the that stealing money. That belongs to Ben Simmons. In football. Okay, well, Ben Simmons, he should have his own wing at the Basketball Hall of Fame. How to Steal Money from NBA Franchises by Ben Simmons. He ought to write a book. Yep. That dude is the best at it.
Yep.
He's made more money for doing absolutely nothing than anybody else I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least Kirk Cousins.
He's a nice guy.
Decent quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
Odell Beckham Jr. looks like he's going to end up in Miami.
Well, according to Tyreek Hill.
Well, he's breaking news all over the place.
Tyreek Hill's convinced of it, that he's going to end up there. And look, that's great, and I'm glad that Tyreek's happy about that, but Odell's kind of washed. I mean, I think we saw that in Baltimore last year. The guy's, I think he's done.
If you look at, I'm glad, get that guy to Miami. Get that guy to any other team so I don't have to hear any Cowboy fans say, Cowboys?
No.
Because we know Jerry wanted him. Jerry didn't pay what he was asking because he is on the tail end. I don't know if I would say washed, but there's going to be some games. And in Miami, with all the weapons they have, there's a couple of 3 games where he's going to be the difference in. And there's going to be 10 games where you're not going to realize he played. But in those games where he can make a difference, he's still that guy. He's not a legit 2. I don't even know if he's a legit 3.
No,
but
I would say no.
But there are going to be times next year for Miami that I think Odell makes a big difference. And nice little insurance policy if Tyreek gets a little banged up or one of the other guys. He's a pretty good guy to come in as the 4th or 5th guy that might have to play a week or 2 and you're really counting on him, as opposed to the fifth wide receiver, the Jalen Tolberts of the world.
Who are you trying to sell? OBJ, dude, he's done.
I'm just saying.
I'd rather have Jalen Tolbert.
I'd rather him be done, but in Miami than my Cowboy fan friends that are like, well, OBJ's still out.
Yeah,
there.
OBJ. Yeah. See, that's the problem with sports fans. That's what we do.
I don't want OBJ.
That's what we do, right? Everybody that was great at one time, you think maybe they still have a little gas left in the tank.
Yep.
And typically they don't. Unless you're talking about Tom Brady. He does. I'm not even sure Aaron Rodgers has anything left, to be totally honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see what Aaron Rodgers looks like coming out. And I know Jets fans, and they've added some pieces, they've done some things, but I don't know. I'm not sure he recovers, and I'm not sure he's Aaron Rodgers that we saw in Green Bay. And so I'm not expecting a lot out of Aaron Rodgers. But we do because he's Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he's still a witch.
Well, we'll see.
And
he played 4 plays last year.
Well, yeah. We all know that.
4 plays.
4 plays.
So we don't know how good he was going to be.
Well, he's still Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Well,
he's still Aaron Rodgers.
And when Tyron Smith goes down, I mean, that's gonna hurt him.
It will still be disappointment. So Bronny James has entered the transfer portal and declared for the NBA draft.
Yay! Woo!
One fell swoop. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Porn sites in Texas are turned off.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
they are?
The legislation passed a rule that you have to prove your age. And if you haven't proven your age, which nobody wants to put that information out on the porn sites, they lock you out.
In the past, they said, are you 21? And me and all the other 8th graders would say, yes.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
The La Tap Texas cycling races are back in San Antonio, April 12th to the 14th. Cyclists of all ages, register now to ride in the 100, 60, or 25-mile Tour de France amateur cycling events. You can run, walk, cycle, and celebrate all things Fitness Fiesta at the Athletes Village and Expo. La Tap Texas. Register today at fiestafitfest.com. Presented in part by Thomas J. Henry.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz. You know, with the tournament here, the college basketball pick'em is the easiest way to get in on the action and a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports. You've made your bracket. It's probably already kind of ugly. Well, there's another way to keep playing with your bracket already busted. It's the pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry. And all you have to do is select higher or lower on all different kinds of stats in this week's tournament games for a chance to win big. Up to 100 times your money in a single night. Endless projections to choose from. Create your own experience. So download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you'll get a mystery special pick to use in your first pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Paid for by Jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello?
This is your fortune. Listen, the Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free Jackpot.com lottery app and buy your official state lottery tickets right from your phone.
I can do that.
With the Jackpot.com lottery app, you can.
Your fortune is calling. Download the free Jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to the App Store and search for the Jackpot.com lottery app.
Public health is more than just healthcare. While a doctor treats individuals, public health looks at the health of a community. At Metro Health, we research the risk of illness and take action to stop the spread of infectious diseases. We introduce prevention and early detection activities that help individuals enjoy healthier lives. We protect against environmental health hazards. Metro Health collaborates with community partners to improve health outcomes because we are all public health. Celebrate National Public Health Week with us. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is round number 2 of the Valero Texas Open, and right now, Akshay Bhatia is your leader. He is 11 under par. He's got a 5-shot lead at the moment. Some of the other bigger names, like Rory McIlroy, is in at -5 after round 2. Tommy Fleetwood is -4, as is Jordan Spieth. And the Spurs return to action tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson, questionable.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Friday afternoon as we're live at the Valero Texas Open for round 2.
Sheldon giving me a funny look, man. I'm just enjoying the music, just moving. Sometimes I can't help it. The body just moves.
Little trombone shorty.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to go see Trombone Shorty in a couple weeks down in Florida.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I think the kid was pulled up to his dad. I think he got Jordan Spieth's autograph on his hat.
No
He's all
way.
excited.
Hey, wait a second. If he got Jordan Spieth's autograph, I've got to see it. Can I see it?
Yeah,
I want to see it.
That.
Because Spieth was down the driving range. It's a huge driving range. But
look at that.
Oh,
sweet. On the hat, too. If you're watching on YouTube, we're
very
showing
nice.
off. See, the
wow, look at that.
Kid, you can't wear that
I wasn't
hat
going to steal
anymore.
your hat, I promise.
Yeah, look, he was right. Oh,
I was like, hey, I dropped it.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool.
Very nice. Good for you.
Did Jordan sign a lot of autographs for all the kids down there? That is awesome to hear.
See, that's good to hear.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Hey, see, he's my favorite golfer right now. I like that dude, and I'm glad he played well today. So that's good.
More importantly, I'm glad that he spent a lot of time signing autographs for the fans out there, especially the kids.
Well, that's nice, and they're very excited about it, which makes me happy. That's very nice.
Yeah, now they're leaving. They don't want to stick around and watch us.
Well, of course not.
Because
they didn't ask us for our autograph, did they?
Well, I mean, it's because you're wearing a white belt, man. Well, I mean, they don't want to talk to an amateur golfer.
What are you talking about? You know how many white belts I've seen today? A lot.
What is a lot?
No,
Four? Three?
Too many to count.
I've literally seen one.
It's too many to count. Well, look, as we're walking over here, and trust me, it's a hell of a walk.
Yes,
I saw a number of them.
You were in a cart, sir.
No, over here to the driving range.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from the parking lot.
No,
you got it right there from the parking lot.
I sure as hell did. I'm hoping to get it right.
That dude's wearing a white belt right there.
See, I told you.
That's the same guy I saw earlier.
It's not.
I've literally seen
no,
one white
it's not.
belt
Are
today.
you kidding me? Dude, it's the style. I'm telling you, if you're not doing it, you can, make fun of me all you want.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
I fit right in out here. Well, of course, I'm wearing my white belt Freedom Ride. And no, John Sobry, I haven't got my belt autographed. You think I'd have to take that off?
Well, I would hope. I mean, let's be honest.
I just thought about that.
There a lot of people have signed a lot of things in a lot of interesting ways. I don't think one of these golfers is going to sign your white belt.
No,
on the front, on the back, on the side.
If I took it off, they would.
No.
But then I couldn't wear it. So, it's kind of one of those things. I never understood people getting autographs on their face.
Huh?
Yeah, have you seen that? When you autograph somebody's face?
No, I've seen dudes autograph boobs before.
Okay,
but
same
not faces.
Thing.
Well, I mean,
what good does that do you?
Well, maybe you go down to your tattoo guy and, you tattoo that autograph right there on you.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm not
sign my arm.
I'm not an autograph guy.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. Not an autograph guy.
I used to be a lot more than I am now.
Yeah.
I've kind of run out of space for stuff.
I'd
rather have a photo.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have a photo. Because I'll be honest with you, while the kid's excited and he saw Jordan Spieth sign that thing, I didn't know which one was which. I mean, because these guys kind of just scribble it on it.
Jordan's autograph was very easy to read.
It was?
Like, literally, you could read it. It said Jordan Spieth.
Well, I'm sure it did. Now, see, here's another happy young man that got an autograph from Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
All
absolutely.
right.
He's
Look
happy.
how happy he is.
He's going to take that.
He's got a bunch of autographs,
absolutely.
that kid.
He's got to frame that thing up.
He's good.
Or his dad is. It'll be on eBay in about 3 hours.
I
hope not.
It's nice to see. Yeah, I guess the kids, were they off today?
What do you mean?
They're off of school? A lot of kids out here today.
Dude, any good parent says, you know what, you don't have to go to school today. We're going to the golf course.
I'm just so that's a hell of a long weekend because they're not going on Monday either.
Why?
The eclipse.
What?
School's out.
Seriously?
Yes.
Wait, what?
School's out for the eclipse. Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. Exactly. We're the only ones.
Well, we'll be live at the Roo Pub on Monday.
I know it.
Work.
So
wait a minute. Hold on. There's no school on Monday?
No school on Monday.
How do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know that?
Literally, how do you know that?
Because I'm plugged in. That's why.
I know you. So how do you know that?
Dude, I'm plugged in.
You're not.
I know
the least plugged in person I know.
Well, you don't have to take my word for it. Google it.
Why would I do that? I don't have kids. In school.
Well, it pisses me off. How about that? Damn kids ought to go to school. Now, they can step outside and see the eclipse.
Yeah.
Why do they got to stay home? So what I'm saying is, you take them out on Friday, they're off on. That's a hell of a long weekend.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I don't have one.
Good for the kids. A long weekend.
A long weekend.
Every day's a weekend for you. Let's be honest. Let's do the headline blitz.
All right.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So there's breaking news.
There is?
Yeah, apparently school's out on Monday.
Well, dude, it's not breaking to me or Shelton. I'm sure Pledge knew it. You're the only guy that didn't know it.
Shelton didn't know. Shelton didn't know either.
He knew.
Shelton didn't know.
He knew.
If you work for a school district and you could verify, Joe, not that I don't believe him.
Whatever, dude.
But I do want to verify that because
why? You don't have kids in school.
And I don't drive during school zone times, but traffic will be better.
It will be.
Yeah.
Although that point in time when it gets dark, when the moon covers the sun.
Oh, is that what's going to happen?
That's it. That's an eclipse.
John Sobery said he had to walk uphill both ways to see the eclipse. Rudolph Gonzalez also says it's prom season.
What's
and I don't know what that has to do with anything, but whatever, dude. If you are a parent and you don't send your kids to school on Monday and you find out that they did in fact have class, blame Joe Reinagel. He will gladly write everybody a handwritten note.
I will. I'll be happy to do that.
Because John says Joe's a liar.
Yeah, well, I know, man. John's getting a little.
Well, I mean, and granted, here's the thing.
Dude, John, you having a bad day, buddy? Have a drink or something.
It's Friday. Nobody's having a bad day today, but
apparently John is.
Every school district out? I mean, why? I mean, because I know not every school district takes the same days off, right?
Now, according to James here, is that James Pledger or some other James? The North Side school districts are open on Monday.
Oh, so Joe lied to us.
Apparently.
So
maybe it's just a rumor that the kids are throwing out there.
The kids. North Side is.
I would do that. Hey, Mom, they're letting us out today.
Hey, you heard it on the radio. Joe Reinagel at Joe Reinagel 2-0. So they're going to let the kids go outside and watch it, but they don't get the whole day off.
Well, see, I heard.
Yeah, Megan says my kids got school.
I heard that it was over like legal stuff.
NISD.
Because they were school districts were afraid kids would look up without glasses, then hurt themselves. You can't just look at the eclipse.
You can't.
No, you can't.
So do I got to go on Amazon and buy the fancy glasses?
You do.
Anybody have extra glasses?
I think you could take a piece of paper and stick a pin through it.
Then how is that going to protect me?
Well, because you're just looking through a little pinhole.
I'm still looking up, right?
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Seguin is closed, according to Clay Hollab. There you go. We have found somebody to say Joe was right. It took a while, but we got there.
There you go.
All right. We got a lot of people calling in. 210-656.
We do, huh? Want to talk about schools?
3776. Freddie, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yes, I work at Northside Independent School District, and we're definitely open. In fact, the district has bought all the students and all the staff those glasses.
So that's where my tax dollars are going, huh?
Absolutely.
Sure is.
You're saying Joe's. So, Freddie, what you're saying is Joe is full of crap, and I was right to question him.
Yes, you were. Now, I do know Cornerstone. My one friend has a son going to Cornerstone. They're getting let out of school.
All right.
Now, see, ABC
they let
News
them
has
out.
a headline. Yeah,
All right.
ABC
Appreciate
News.
you, Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie.
Antonio, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I was calling, I think Bernie ISD doesn't have school, but my son is at
You
NISD.
think or you know?
I know. I saw it on the news. And so Bernie ISD canceled school about 2 months ago. And NISD at my son's school, they're actually doing like a picnic during that time. So parents are volunteering, and they're going to take towels and blankets, and everyone's going to watch the eclipse together. So definitely
So
having
it's basically a day off. So it's
Yes.
a day off.
But you have to go. But you still have to go.
Well, I mean,
Everybody
you wouldn't
has
your
to
parents
go.
with a picnic basket on the.
Yeah, you still have to go. There's roll call.
Wow.
You
Yes,
have
everybody
to be
gets
there.
to go, but at 12:30, the parents could go in, and we're going to help set up, and all the kids are going to be given glasses. And, they'll be out there for the eclipse, but we'll definitely all be there.
So the question after the eclipse, are you going to take your kid home?
Oh, yes, we always do, because he's here in the car with me, but he throws a fit if we don't.
So there you go. I got you.
Well, wait. When the event is over, what time is it on Monday? About
1
12?
something,
All
I
right,
think.
1 something.
Yeah.
What time
It's
does he
at
normally get out of school?
At 3. So it's at 1:45
At 3.
by the time it's 2:30. So they get out at 3.
So it's a half day.
It's not even a half day. They're leaving 20 minutes
That's
early.
what I'm saying.
I mean, it's fine.
So,
it's not a day off,
look,
Joe.
April. Well, I'm reading ABC News right now.
ABC
It's
News.
not a federal holiday, but for many students across the country,
Many,
it
not all.
will mean a day off from school. Well, I'm a little mad at Northside. Let the kids off.
Well, I mean, what about at Northeast? We haven't heard anybody yet from Northeast. What about South Sam? What about Harlandale? Southwest? Again, I want to know because you only get so many days off. So in other parts of the country, they might have said, you know what, we could do this. But here in San Antonio, these superintendents, these school boards, don't they have to choose? Do we give them Battle of Flowers or do we give them the solar eclipse then?
No, that's not a choice.
You only get so many if you want to get the money from the state.
Dude, they'll add one to it. You got to, Battle of Flowers, you got to give them off. For that. You have to. Right now, Medina Valley is off.
Okay.
According to Burgers and More.
Well, that sounds like a legit source. Burgers and More says.
Cornerstone is off, according to Chris Garza. Is that a reliable source?
Well, I mean, private school, they can do what the hell they want.
Exactly. Right? Now I'm upset. I think we ought to start a campaign. Class should be off. Done. Let the kids stay home. Let their parents worry about them.
Well, but then if the parents weren't kids out of school on Monday? I know at least one lady in our office, their kids were out of school on Monday for Easter Monday.
Okay.
So she took work from home day. So are the kids off again this Monday? Because this could be a good trend to that 4-day work week, which I'd be down for.
Yeah, I have a feeling that wouldn't apply to us. Everybody else will work 4 days but us.
Well, wait a minute. Why?
What?
I'm just saying. We could be on to something.
Yeah.
We could be on to something. We'll actually talk more about the eclipse at 4:35 with Bill Taylor.
Bill Taylor from
Channel
Kins 5.
The eclipse expert.
Yeah.
We'll get
and hopefully he
details.
will tell us that there won't be any clouds and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
There's all these kids that are having a picnic at Northside school districts.
Well, if it's a cloudy day, I mean, you got to get up in the morning and watch the scroll on the morning news to say, well, it's cloudy today, so school's in session. It's kind of like those cold weather days. Do you still have to do that? Like I remember always waking up early and looking to see if the school district was making the scroll, or now do you just get a text alert?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't had kids in school in about 100 years, so.
God, you're old.
I am.
You are so
old. But now I feel like I want to be an advocate for these kids. I mean, this happens like once every 50 years or something.
Yeah.
Let them out of school.
Well, for some, they'll have another opportunity to miss class.
Let them out of school.
Oh, my goodness. Bronny wants out of school, at least at USC. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With 64 games in the books, UConn, Purdue, NC State, and Alabama now converge on Phoenix with just 2 more wins needed to claim the 2024 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Tune in this Saturday to hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four.
It's all come down to this, the 2024 Final Four, Saturday at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Trane heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. TraneInfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
San Antonio, get ready for CarFest, April 5th through the 7th at the Freeman Expo Hall. Enjoy a car show, driver workshops, entertainment, plus the chance to win a free car. And the best part, admission is free. Learn more at carfestsa.org.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally.
Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, everyone. It's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan Eagle. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
Howdy. Live at the Valero Texas Open on a Friday afternoon.
Pretty good place to be on a Friday afternoon.
Pretty good.
It's a really good place to be on a Friday afternoon. It's been good out here, though, and the golf has been good too. And a lot of people out here today. A lot more people here today than there were yesterday. I can only imagine the crowds are going to have this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, Saturday, Sunday, it's always that way.
Yeah.
But, yeah, good crowds. We're out here at the driving range, a little light over here right now as far as spectators go. But just seeing some of the photos and the videos, they're in a commercial break right now on the television coverage. But, you could see the grandstands around the holes are definitely full.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's such a fun event. Even if you're not that into golf, you come out here, the food, the drink, People watch. It's one of those things, right? You get out in the sunshine and have a good time.
Just being outdoors.
Absolutely.
It's what it's all about.
So come on out this weekend.
So Bronny James has declared for the NBA draft, but also entered the transfer portal, keeping his options open.
Well, I don't blame him for wanting to leave USC. He never plays. That's not the coach's fault, though, because he sucks.
Well, wait. He doesn't suck.
Dude, he sucks.
He does not suck. But he's not really a first-round type of player.
I'm not sure he's a second-round type of player.
But he's LeBron's kid.
Well, that's exactly right.
Does LeBron force the Lakers to draft him?
Yes. Yes. That's the only reason that young man is even contemplating coming to the NBA draft, because he's LeBron's kid. Here's what's going to happen. If the Lakers want to keep LeBron, he will force him into drafting Bronny, who, if LeBron decides to leave the Lakers and go play somewhere else, guess what that team's going to have to be stuck with?
Yep.
Bronny.
Kind of like Giannis's brother.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean,
the kid is not that good. I'm sorry. I wish I could say something else, but he hardly played any minutes at all.
Well, he had a heart
USC.
attack.
Well, I get that.
Right? I mean,
it wasn't that good before that.
But he literally had a heart attack. And then they slowly were. I don't know what to think of this. I mean, I don't think he sucks. He's certainly not a top pick. He's not an awful basketball player. He is a draftable player that would likely be a second-round guy or a G League type while he develops.
He's going to be a G League guy no matter what. Now, they may do the whole pomp and circumstance thing about him playing with, a game with his dad and, get him in for a couple of minutes. But, I mean, look, it's the NBA, and I'm sorry. And I know LeBron runs the NBA. All right, he owns it. I get that. But, I mean, at some point in time, you want to win games. And you don't draft a player that's not going to help you win games.
Well,
and Bronny James is not going to help you win games.
No, but I do think he does have the ability to develop into that kind of player. And in some ways, it kind of reminds me a little bit about Derek White, right? Remember when he was drafted, it took him so long to develop it. Even while he was here, you saw him get better and better. And now you see what he's doing in Boston. But he wasn't projected to be that kind of a player. I mean, Bronny could be that. I doubt. I don't know. I mean, he's going to get more opportunity than most because he's LeBron's kid.
At least Derek White was a starter at Colorado. He played at Colorado.
After 3 years at a cooking school.
He played at Colorado,
yes.
And he was.
But he also was a 4-year college guy. He developed.
That's not a fair comparison at all.
Right. He developed into a solid NBA player.
Well, then have Bronny stay in college 3 more years.
And that's what Bronny should do. But LeBron's obsession of I've got to get my kid to the NBA so we can play together.
And LeBron owns the NBA, so he's going to do whatever he wants.
And so is Bronny ready for the NBA right now? No. Declaring and entering the transfer portal all at the same time is comical, but you've got to keep your options open. We know he's leaving USC. And if LeBron wasn't at his age, knowing the end is near, he probably knows that Bronny needs a couple more years. But can he develop while getting paid NBA money or, develop while in college? Then you lose the dream of having the father-son combo.
So I'm just looking at, and boy, if I'm a GM, how could I say, forgive me? James averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, while starting 6 of 25 games for the Trojans. Shot 37% from the field, 27% from three-point range, 68% from the free throw line. Boy, forgive me. He ought to be in the lottery.
What does he do?
This guy's going to be a lottery pick. Are you kidding me? What was I thinking? Wow.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic
I'm being extremely sarcastic if you didn't know. I don't get it. And if his name wasn't James, nobody would even be talking about this kid. But the fact that he's all over ESPN, he's all over everything else because He's LeBron James' kid. And I'm sorry, look, there are a list of athletes that played well, Hall of Famers, and their kids weren't as good, not even at close. And I know it's LeBron's dream to play with his kid. But you draft this guy, to get LeBron? Is that what you do?
If it's a package deal.
I think it is.
I mean, honestly, it will work. It will work. Sometimes you don't care how you get invited to the party. You just want to get invited to the party. And that is what Bronny is going to do. I mean, you think about being in the Lucky Sperm Club. I mean, the idea that, LeBron is a billionaire. He doesn't have to worry about much. He's trying to make it on his own. He's made it to this point as a basketball player. Gets to USC, has that heart attack. And again, but we've known since he was in high school or junior high, that was LeBron's dream. Of his kids, he's the one that could make it to the NBA.
That's awesome. Good for LeBron, and I'm glad he owns the NBA because he'll be able to dictate whatever. He'll be able to dictate to some team to draft a kid that will never play. That good. Congratulations, LeBron.
Well, there's been worse wasted draft picks before.
Well, there have been.
Yeah.
Yes, but the only reason this kid's getting any attention is because of his father. That's it. There's nothing else. He'd be nobody.
Yeah.
Other than he's LeBron's kid.
Absolutely. And we all know it. And LeBron knows it. And Bronny knows it. And every GM knows it. It's the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The Spurs play the Pelicans tonight. We'll talk about that coming up and get ready for what should be a fantastic Final Four weekend here on the Blitz as we're live this Friday afternoon out here at Valero, Texas Open Round 2 at TPC San Antonio. And I know that people have so many plans this weekend, whether it's the Texas Open, the Big Air Show, getting ready for Fiesta. None of you plan on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before you accept it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we will have crowned a women's champion. She reigns supreme. We'll talk about how they did it.
Plus, the men get going tonight. Who will win it all? What will one shining moment look like? And hey, it's Masters Week. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
Viva Fitness. Fiesta Fit Fest presented by HEB is coming to San Antonio April 12th through the 14th, 2024. Get geared up to party and celebrate all things fitness. Headlined by Latat, Texas, the Tour de France cycling event. Burn it to earn it. Fiesta Fit Fest features the SATX 5K, 10K runs presented by Michelob Ultra. Register today at fiestafitfest.com. Sponsored by HEB, Thomas J. Henry, Michelob Ultra, University Health, and Expel.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Thursday, April 18th at the beautiful Security Service Event Center. This elevated fiesta event for foodies includes on-site covered parking, entertainment, unlimited tastings from over 30 premier restaurants, countless curated wines and craft beers, hosted by Brighton Center, presented by HEB. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello?
This is your fortune. Listen, the Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy your official state lottery tickets right from your phone.
I can do that.
With the jackpot.com lottery app, you can.
Your fortune is calling. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to the App Store and search for the jackpot.com lottery app.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson for Tri-County Meat Market, your locally owned full-service meat market. Tri-County has two great locations, Hebner Road and Ralph Fair, stocked full of everything you need to up your grilling game. You're looking for the perfect cut of beef, they've got it. If they don't have it, they'll cut it for you. Roast chicken, prepare foods, they've got it. The 5 for $25 is always in play. If you're a first responder, 10% off the best meat you're going to find. Tri-County Meat Market. Head over to either location, put some good meat on the grill, and thank me later.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app. The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's Friday afternoon. We're at the Valero Texas Open. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Appreciate you tuning in to 94.1. Maybe you're listening online at sasportstar.com. Streaming brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button. Subscribe it. Monday, we're going to be live at the Roo Pub, an Eclipse after party, and get you ready for the national championship game. Roo Pub should be hopping tonight because you've got the women's Final Four and you have the Spurs and Pelicans playing tonight. The semifinals and the women's games becoming must-watch television. And you look at this Spurs game, I haven't seen if Zion's going to play. I know he's got the finger injury.
Questionable.
He was questionable this morning. Haven't seen an update. But I did see, you know, for everybody that talks about Greg Popovich and he's getting up there in age, the photo that he took yesterday with Jeremy Sohan was fantastic.
That was good, yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And in fact, I saw somebody, I forget who it was, album dropping soon. It was just a great selfie. And you could just tell how Pop connects with his players on that personal level. And I think being around these players, these young kids, youngest team in the NBA, keeps Greg Popovich young. So DeJounte Murray went on Trae Young's podcast
It's called From the Point. Now, keep in mind, Trae Young has a podcast. I don't know if that would be a factor if Trae Young becomes a Spur.
I'm sure it would.
Or maybe DeJounte goes on the podcast. He might be trying to come home, because even though when he left, it felt like there needed to be a divorce. You listen to DeJounte talk about Greg Popovich. There is genuine love between those two.
Bro, when I first got there, it was crazy. Like, just seeing Pop, like just seeing Pop when you watch, you hear so much about him. And then just seeing the players, like, bro, it's like you walk into the facility and you see all these banners and you just feel the winning energy. You feel the culture as soon as you walk in, like, for real. Like, so from Pop, it was no bullshit from day one. Like, from day one. Like, he just texted me the other day, like, you took 44 shots past the ball. Like, like, that's our relationship, though. Like, I love that dude to death, man. Like, he was a father for me. When I would lose people, which is a lot of people in my life, I would go in his room, and he would give me that hug. I'll cry on his shoulder, I'll vent to him. He just was there for me, and that's not even nothing about no basketball. We're talking about real life, When I got hurt, tore my ACLs out for a year, like, he squeezed me and, like, you're going to be great, You work, you want to learn, like, so this is nothing, Like, this is nothing, So that hug meant so much to me. Him just means so much to me. And then the basketball side is easy because I love it, like, and I want to be great at it. Even to this day, like, I treat it as I haven't made it or I haven't accomplished anything. So that keep me level-headed, you know what I'm saying? So, just with Pop, he's Pop, he's funny. And it took me quick to, a lot of people don't know if he's serious or joking, so for me, like, I'll joke back with you. And it didn't matter that I was that 19-year-old kid coming in. So he said a joke, I said one back. So I think that's how our respect earned and gained for each other because of that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then just all the other players, they just, all them guys speak for themselves.
I think when you look back, and especially the big three, all of them had a great relationship with Pop. DeJounte Murray, off the court was different, but apparently their relationship is a good one. And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Understandable.
Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me. And Pop is that guy, and you see him with Sohan, and I think these young kids would say the same thing. Pop's a great basketball coach. He always has been. He gets along with his players. He has a relationship, but it's done his way. And that's it. You either do it his way or you take off.
On the basketball side, but the connecting and becoming that father figure type, that making a positive impact in the players' personal lives. And you hear more guys talk about that after they leave. And I could see where playing for Pop might not be enjoyable. But once you get out and you're either retired or you're with a different organization, you appreciate it a lot more. I go back to, military boot camp was awful while you're going through. It really wasn't all that bad. When you get out of the service, there's those kind of things like I think like DeJounte sounds like he appreciates Pop more now that he's not the coach. And I like that Pop is still texting him. You're not on my team, but dude, you can't take 44 shots in a game. What are you doing?
No, and I think that's great.
Ball busting is
yeah, I think it's awesome. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with DeJounte Murray, especially if Trae Young leaves, whether he comes to San Antonio or heads to L.A. or wherever he ends up in the offseason. Because I've always liked DeJounte Murray. I think his attitude is such that he rubs some people wrong, but he does work hard on the floor, and I think he's a good point guard. I was maybe the only one that was sad to see him go, and I understand now why he left. I understand now why Derek White left, because they were saying, "Look, they're gonna blow this thing up and start over," and that's what they've done, and it paid off for him with Victor Wembanyama. So,
yeah, Pedro, we got Victor. We just don't have wins, and we are running out of opportunities for the Spurs not to set the record for suckage in a season, and we know Wemby doesn't want to be a part of that. They're still sitting at 18 wins. They've got the Pelicans tonight. If Zion doesn't play, or even if he does, that's the crazy thing. I don't know what to expect from this Spurs team. The other night, they played extremely well against a team that is likely to win a second championship in Denver. If that team shows up tonight, doesn't matter if Zion plays or not, they'll beat the Pelicans. But I can't trust that team is going to show up.
Well, you don't know. And with you may not have Keldon again tonight. Obviously no Sohan or Vassell. But the Pelicans are banged up. It's not just Zion Williamson. They've got two of their other stars that are out for tonight for sure. So they're banged up. It's an opportunity for the Spurs to go into New Orleans and come back with a W. What do we have, 5 games left on the schedule? I think there's only 5 left. So the Spurs have to obviously, they want to win 3 of those.
Yep.
But they need 2 at least. 6 games left. Okay. Thank you, Pledge.
Yeah, 5 after tonight.
Yeah,
that's what you were.
Is that what I was thinking?
That's what you were thinking.
I was in the vicinity. That's all that matters.
Yeah. That would have been a good assist.
It would have been.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I find interesting, unless you're at a place like the Roo Pub tonight, where you've got a couple of TVs, I know the Spurs are playing. I'm probably going to be watching, and I say probably, my main television is going to be on Iowa versus UConn.
Absolutely. Well, the good news is the Spurs game starts at 7.
Yeah.
That Iowa-UConn game doesn't start till after 8 o'clock, I don't think, right? So you can take in a lot of the Spurs game and see how they're doing and what it looks like before you
I might be
flip
watching,
over.
Honestly, I might have South Carolina and NC State on. I have no plans to go out tonight.
Dude, that South Carolina team is something else.
They are.
They're something else.
And again, the nightcap tonight, UConn and Iowa, Caitlin and Paige. I mean, that's must-watch television.
Uh-huh. It is, yes. How do you say her last name? Are you trying to avoid that?
Very much so.
How do you call her Paige? That's great. You guys on a first-name basis. I don't know.
We are.
Is it Becker or Bucher?
Well, it's
Becker, I think, isn't it?
Pledge is whispering in our ears, and I can't hear what he's saying.
Beckers. Yeah.
Yeah, Paige.
Yeah.
It's Caitlin. It's Paige. It's Angel.
You're on a first-name basis with all these people, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm a first-name basis kind of guy.
I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. Beckers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great matchup tonight.
I say Gino.
Those two.
Just say Gino.
Just Gino, too?
Just Gino.
I don't blame you for that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I feel about this golfer that's leading the Valero Texas Open. Axer.
Who?
Is it Axer? Bhatia?
Yeah.
I've asked about 10 people how to pronounce this, and I got 10 different pronunciations.
Exactly. And he'll tell you 3 different ways.
Probably. I need to just ask him. But I think he's a guy that needs to win to make it to the Masters next week.
Well, what is he?
He's got a 5-shot lead right now. He's 11 under. He's playing lights out. He's got a 5-shot lead heading into the weekend as it stands right now. There are some golfers still out on the course.
Where I haven't seen it in a while. Where's the cut line at right now?
Even par.
Even par.
Yes.
There's a ton of dudes at even par.
Yes.
As they're rolling through the scoreboard here that's just to our right. And we've been watching a guy practice. I don't know who that is over there.
I'm not sure either.
But he's got one of the more interesting
drills. Yeah.
In some ways, that little hip flex dance thing that Dak does pregame?
Yeah. Yes.
He's kind of doing that as he starts the swing. He'll fake a swing and twist the hips and then come back and then knock the crap out of the ball.
Twisting is exactly right. It's what he's doing. It's almost like the dance. He twists. Look. I've never seen anything like that.
Say look, and we're on radio.
Well,
you know that, right?
I'm letting y'all know this.
And those that are watching on YouTube.
Well, we should let them know. Look, all right, you're going to turn that around.
Turn my camera around.
Now look, you got him over there?
I don't know. Give me a second. I can't zoom in on the camera.
No,
the camera is not zoomable. But Pledge, can you see that? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it, but it's out there.
Yeah, he's out there a little bit.
Well, those of you that are watching on a screen, you might be able to zoom in a little bit. I can't zoom in on these cameras. I mean, they give us these high quality non-zoomable cameras. I got and the cord's only so long. So even if I ask Greg Shelton to get up off his ass to go carry the camera over there, he can only go, a foot.
He can't go.
He couldn't do anything. But if you see this guy in his warm up, and he's been doing this for about an hour.
Yeah, he's been out there a while. That's for sure. He's been out there a while. He got a phone call.
But if you're watching on YouTube, you just kind of giving you a complete view of what we're seeing here at the driving range.
Yes, that's
what it looks like here at the driving range. For those watching on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
You're welcome.
Blitz says it's a drill to clear your hips. What do you mean clear your hips?
I know exactly what he means by clearing the hips, but I've never seen that drill before. I never.
No, I want to know. I don't care if you know. What do you mean I want to clear my hips?
You clear your hips. When you come through, your hips have to clear.
Clear
for the
what?
golf club. Get out of the way.
Well, how do your hips get out of the way? They're attached.
Because you clear them.
How?
You just keep swinging like you swing, man.
Dude, I swing like it's a hockey puck.
Yeah, your hips don't lie, buddy.
My hips are full of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Shakira was singing about you.
Man, I wish that were true. as you say it that way.
Well, you like Shakira?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah. So a lot of people saw that when I turned the camera, and they would like that again.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Gave you a great view of the driving range.
Yeah.
There on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's cowboy hats are a popular item out here today.
They are, yeah.
Cowboy hats and miniskirts.
Yeah, with boots.
With boots.
Yeah. You go to a Texas
I didn't notice boots, sorry.
You go to a Texas Longhorn game. You notice, seriously, in Austin?
Yes.
90% of the women are dressed just like that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's not just in Austin.
No?
You go to any college campus.
Really?
Oh, they have that at a UTSA tailgate.
Really?
Yeah, that's the sorority uniform.
No offense to UTSA,
but what?
Nothing.
All right, what?
I had noticed at UTSA. I noticed it in Austin.
Uh-huh. Have you been to a game at Aggie Land?
I have. Yes. Yeah. I have.
Yeah, Sam Houston State. You name it. I mean, the jean shorts and the cowboy boots, or the mini skirt and the cowboy boots, and of course the cowboy hat, and off you go.
Yeah. It's a good look.
Squirrel.
It's a good look.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great look.
Well, I mean, it is. And
well,
so,
with what we're seeing, it's a great look.
I'm happy that they are representing.
Yeah. Hook them. So where are we at? Spurs or college basketball? I completely forgot.
I'm completely lost. Spurs do play tonight. Hopefully they don't get completely lost. They're in New Orleans. They probably want to get the hell out of there as quick as they can.
I doubt it, man.
And
Pop's all about dinner, and there's fine dinners to be had there in New Orleans. But yeah, you've got the women tonight plus the Spurs. Then on Saturday, the men's semifinals. It feels like to me it's going to be Purdue and UConn convincingly. But we've had upsets. Can Alabama pull off another upset?
No.
All right. Can NC State keep their Cinderella story going?
Yes, they can.
If you were to bet an upset, it would have to be NC State. Smart money says that.
Well, I just think that they match up well with Purdue. I think Edey and Burns are going to cancel each other out, and I think Burns is a better player overall. Edey's a big guy. I mean, I hear Spurs fans all the time. Wow, we need Zach Edey. Get him. He's one-dimensional. He's a big man. Don't get me wrong, but he has no outside jump shot, and he's Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard would have been a hell of a player. He was a hell of a player.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He would have been a much better player had he developed an outside shot. He never did, and I don't understand why he didn't. But Edey's got to do that if he's going to be a player in the NBA.
You know, I do think, and we were talking about this yesterday on the Blitz with Brendan Haywood, he's an NBA player, but he's not going to be a star dominant NBA player.
Yeah.
But there is a place for him. And it's interesting when you think about the way bigs play today in the NBA, but I think he'll be a better version of, say, a Zach Collins, that kind of player.
I don't think so.
I do think he will.
Collins can do other things. No matter what you think of Zach Collins, Zach Edey can't. And that's the problem. I mean, the guy makes free throws. You got to give him that. And he'll draw a lot of fouls. I get that. But I'm just saying he needs to add to his game before I think he can be dimensional, have an impact. I'm looking at
Squirrel.
this. Somebody said dimensional. And
Squirrel.
So he needs to add to his game, I think, before he would be a factor in the NBA.
I think it's going to be the next 4 days in college basketball with South Carolina tonight and whoever they get, because I am writing off NC State on the women's side. South Carolina rolls tonight, and then UConn, Iowa. I think it'll be a great game. I still like Iowa in this one. It's weird to look at UConn as being an underdog, but they are, and the world wants Caitlin Clark. It'll be interesting to see how the game gets called today. But if Caitlin Clark is hitting threes like she did the other day, UConn, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up.
Caitlin Clark's going to hit threes. I mean, it's what she does, right? I mean, she's just that good. And I think you're right, though. America and the world want to see Caitlin Clark in the championship game. But I don't even know if Caitlin Clark can save Iowa from South Carolina. They are just a machine.
And that championship game on Sunday.
Yep.
And I'm glad. I don't know when the NCAA women's tournament changed, but remember their championship game used to be on Tuesday?
Yeah.
I'm glad they went Friday.
Well, I like
Sunday.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Tuesday, there's just, now sucks that for them that, all right, you played over there and then you turn around and you're playing Friday, but you get that national TV window. So it's Friday and Sunday. So I think that's been a great move by the NCAA. Don't compliment those people very often. That was a great move adjusting their tournament.
It's about time that they did something right.
Yeah.
Because they don't do that very often.
We've got tickets to give away to the Poteet Strawberry Festival happening next weekend, April 12th, 13th, and 14th. These tickets are good for any one-day, all-age event. It's a family 4-pack of tickets right now going to caller number 9, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, you win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Poteet Strawberry Festival. It is the Blitz live at the Valero, Texas Open here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm down here reporting from Main Street food trucks with some people all looking quite excited. Excuse me, can you tell me what's happening here? Y'all look extremely happy.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion.
And with the jackpot.com lottery app, you can now buy official lottery tickets right on your phone.
Lottery tickets right on your phone.
Wait. You can really do that?
Yes, and it's super easy. You just download the app, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can now buy official lottery tickets anywhere, anytime, right on your phone. Just download the jackpot.com lottery app. Back to the studio.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Never miss another jackpot. Go to the App Store right now and search for the jackpot.com lottery app. The jackpot.com lottery app.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Round 2 of the Valero Texas Open still underway this afternoon at TPC San Antonio. Akshay Bhatia is your leader right now, and he's the leader by 5 shots. He is in at 11 under par. Some of the big names that are going to be here for the weekend, though, Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, Jordan Spieth, all played well enough to be here Saturday and Sunday. Spurs in New Orleans tonight to take on the Pelicans.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Friday afternoon. Gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon here at the Valero Texas Open, TPC San Antonio, and very little cloud cover.
A lot of wind, though. It is windy out there, and you're seeing it. I mean, yesterday's leader, Lauer. Yeah. He's 2 over par this afternoon. So it's making a difference out there for these golfers. That wind is howling.
Yeah, it is. But I'm really enjoying the lack of cloud cover, and hopefully that will stay that way through Monday for the eclipse that's going to happen. But also, you look at the skies right now. There is you can see planes way off in the distance, and you got that air show this weekend over at Randolph, and like the Air Force Thunderbirds are in town. I just saw, I guess they've been practicing because some people are posting photos of the practice, which is cool.
Those guys are awesome. I mean, they put on a hell of a show. That's something to see. If you haven't seen it, it is an incredible sight to see. So a lot happening this weekend here in San Antonio.
It really is. But again, though, the lack of cloud cover for an air show is vitally important, obviously.
Well, that's nice.
Well, I mean,
seriously, that's nice.
Yeah, no, it's great. Joe Rago, that's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's just the Thunderbirds. It'd be a bigger deal if the Blue Angels were in town.
Nah, Thunderbirds are good. Blue Angels are good too.
Yeah, the Blue Angels are great. Remember when I was in the Navy, every day at 3:00, I was in a school, and they practiced every day at 3:00. And I was in SAR school, and every day at 3:00 or about 2:50, we would stop, go outside, watch practice, and then go back inside for the SAR training.
If you're good enough to fly like that what a thrill that's got to be. I mean, to be able to do the things that they do at the speeds that they do it at, it's just, that's got to be just like a rush like no other.
Pilots are cocky to begin with.
Sure.
Jet fighter pilots, and you have to be. I could only imagine a pilot with either the Thunderbirds or, and again, I'm sure they're really nice and they're great, obviously, at what they do. But like, you go back and you watch like Top Gun and what was going on in that movie, I'm sure it's really just that way. Because I don't know that even with those guys, I'd be comfortable flying in a plane where there's another plane 18 inches away. You know what I mean? It's just like there's just no way.
Well, for them, though, it's a rush.
Oh,
it's got to be a rush like no other to be able to do that. And they're so skilled at what they do. Yeah, it's got to be dangerous as hell.
Well, sure.
Right? I mean, but what a rush for those guys. So props to them. And anybody's going to that show this weekend, have a good time. I know you will.
I mean, but when you think about what those pilots do, everybody has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And you think about every football team, every basketball team. Basketball, you got 5 guys on the court. One guy has one little mistake while running a play, and the play doesn't work. Football, you have to have 11 guys on the same page. And how often do you see 11 guys stay on the same page? One guy screws up and the whole play blows up, right?
Yeah.
You can't, for these pilots, what they are doing, just not only for them, how good they are, how good their teammates are, but the trust in their teammate that guy can't screw up. Like on a football team, who the guy is that's likely to not run the route perfectly or not be able to hold his block as long as he needs to or make the right read. Just so that level of trust that you have to have.
Well, and they have to be perfect. I mean, that's life or death. You're talking about football and basketball. That's obviously a lot different. So, one mistake. But those guys know each other so well, don't they? I mean, they know each other so well, and they've done that so many times that I'm sure they're all pretty confident in what the other guy's doing.
Well, sure, the practice is there. But again, though, it's amazing that the military can find guys that can do that job and not make mistakes. Yet it's hard for a football coach to find 11 guys that can run a play without making a mistake. Now, granted, they run a lot of plays, and for these guys, their routine, their whatever you call it, is the same everywhere. You practice it, you perfect it, you know it. Where in football, you've got 75 different plays you've got to know and perfect. But it's still pretty amazing that they're able to do that in these $1 million airplanes.
No doubt, but I bet that there's a mistake made, and you probably, if we had a football coach come around or something, we could ask him.
Well,
but there's a mistake made on every play.
There is.
Yeah,
there is. Trust me.
Yeah,
that coach knows it.
He knows it.
If you're watching on YouTube and you recognize that guy, I'm not sure what he was doing behind my head, but yeah. Nobody saw that.
Dude, I like the retired life here. Look, it looks like a beach bum.
Yeah, well,
yeah, he's got the mullet going.
Are you kidding? Yeah, Coach Danny Closer was that way while he was coaching. What are you talking about? I mean, he's been retired 15 years. He just doesn't go to work anymore.
Exactly right. Oh man, now it's good to see people have been coming in saying hello, and
again, there is a $50 gift card on the line. So if you know somebody that's out here, you're on your way out here late.
Nobody's even trying today.
Well,
I mean,
it's
like,
all been guys.
His reputation.
Guys have understood that there's one reason, or two, if you will, that will make Greg smile, and you got to get him to smile in a selfie.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, his reputation. I mean, people are scared to try.
Yep.
And he scares the hell out of people.
He does.
That poor lady that was in here yesterday was scared to death.
She got some liquid courage, though.
Well, you need it.
She tried.
Have a couple of shots.
I mean, Shelton didn't smile, but he should have given her a couple of dollars, though.
I should have. Yeah. Well, you just made Shelton smile. It's too bad that
but it's not on film.
Yeah, well.
Not on film.
It does not count.
Does not count.
No.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about Stevens Roofing, because I've been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time, and why not? They're the best in the business. And even though it's a beautiful day today, those storms are coming. Spring storms always happen here in San Antonio and South Texas. You want to make sure that your roof is ready for whatever Mother Nature has to throw at it. One name in roofing that stands high above the rest, that is Stevens Roofing, because a quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means several things. It means comfort. It means confidence. It certainly means peace of mind, protection for all those things that you love. When you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or even just an inspection to make sure that your roof is okay, you want to work with Stevens Roofing, that experienced team that brings local roots value and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. Give them a call today. Make sure your roof is ready to go for the storms that you know are coming. Call them, 210-785-0994. You can also check them out online at stevensroofing.net. But give them a call. Why don't you do it right now? 210-785-0994.
With 64 games in the books, UConn, Purdue, NC State, and Alabama now converge on Phoenix, with just 2 more wins needed to claim the 2024 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Tune in this Saturday to hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four.
It's all come down to this, the 2024 Final Four, Saturday at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Public health is more than just healthcare. While a doctor treats individuals, public health looks at the health of a community. At Metro Health, we research the risk of illness and take action to stop the spread of infectious diseases. We introduce prevention and early detection activities that help individuals enjoy healthier lives. We protect against environmental health hazards. Metro Health collaborates with community partners to improve health outcomes because we are all public health. Celebrate National Public Health Week with us. Learn more at /health.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owe the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Is your Moore's battery weak or dead after winter storage? Get your Moore ready for spring lawn maintenance at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase any Superstart lawn and garden battery and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Choose Superstart batteries for power, performance, and reliability exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind. There at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. We've helped over 30,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. If your timeshare agreement goes on forever, if you were told timeshares are a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, you have questions, we have the answers. At Wesley Financial Group, we're dedicated to helping timeshare owners get out of their financial nightmare. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free timeshare exit information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, the Final Fours have done. We have a ladies champion. We're headed toward a men's champion. What did we see? What do we know? The Spurs have a couple of games under their belt. Are we winding down? Are we firing up? Is it going to be Rookie of the Year? So much to cover, so little time. Back to the Blitz. Jason, Joe, I hope you enjoy your day out of the beautiful Valero, Texas Open. I've hidden a few golf tees throughout the course. Maybe you can find them.
Okay. Golf tees or a bottle of tea. You always know Rob Thompson's been around because he either leaves a half-drank bottle of Gold Peak iced tea or, in this case, a full bottle of iced tea. Like, Rob leaves $3 everywhere he goes. So every time I see one of those bottles, I'm like, why didn't he take it with him?
I don't know why he didn't take it with him, but you're right. He leaves them here. He leaves them in the studio. He leaves them everywhere.
Yes. Yes, he does.
What's he going to do?
What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. If you're out here at the golf course, or if you know somebody that is, and they come by and see us at the driving range, and you get a selfie with Greg Shelton, and he smiles, we have that $50 gift card to Tri-County, to 90 Proof Bar and Grill that we'll give away.
Joe Herring just said, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. Now, if you've done grilling and you upload that photo to SASportsStar.com, that gets you in the running for a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Or, like somebody just did, heard us talking about my experience last night at the Marcy Grace concert and want to see that video, you can do that too.
You can do that as well.
You can do that too.
And if you haven't heard, there was an X-rated movie playing on some dude's phone in the middle of the concert.
Yeah, some guy, and it's crazy because we're sitting there, we're enjoying the show, and guy walks and stands in front of us 5-6 feet, and this guy that we're with, Ian, notices on his phone. He's like, "What is that guy watching?"
Dude was watching porn on his phone in the middle of a concert.
That's unbelievable.
I've
like
never
porn.
seen anything like that. But not at a show. I've never seen anything quite like that.
That was taken out of context, by the way.
What was
that I like porn thing?
How was that taken out of context?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it was. Well, I like porn. It had to have been taken out of context.
I don't think so.
It was taken. What would I come on there? Yeah, I like porn.
You literally did. But there is a time and place.
There is a time
and place.
You know, what you do in the privacy of your own home, that's fine. That's up to you. But I'm just saying.
But if you're at a concert and you're standing there and his phone was a larger screen than like your normal iPhone, right? But he's got it, and then he wasn't even watching. It was just playing on his phone. His phone is in his hands that are down by his leg, and it's like, the hell, that guy's watching porn.
And dude, it was some freaky stuff.
It wasn't the normal. Well, I guess maybe, I don't know.
Who knows,
depending on your normal, but it was. Yeah, there was a lot going on in that. And it was, I mean, like I've had a friend say, and I've never personally experienced this, but a friend say that they were on a plane one time and a guy was watching a movie like that on an airplane, which is completely uncalled for, but even more uncalled for if you're watching porn in the middle of a concert.
Well, see, I guess I don't understand because I always thought the
goals are different.
The whole goal. On a plane, what the hell? Or at a concert, what are you going to do?
I
know, but there's
don't say
people in there.
restroom. Greg Shelton said that as if he knew. No. I don't know. I got so many questions, but it really is one of those that you can't believe you saw it. And again, I took video of it, sent it to you guys, because if I would have said, man, I was at this concert last night and this guy was watching porn on his phone, you wouldn't have believed me.
No, there's no way.
You wouldn't have believed me.
I'd have believed you, Jason.
No, you wouldn't have believed. I mean, because people don't do that. People shouldn't do that.
Well, they don't.
That dude did.
That had to be an accident. That dude wasn't sitting there just watching, porn videos on his phone during the concert. That had to be an accident, right? I mean, you push the wrong button and something happened in your pants.
Except it was in his hand. He
yeah.
accidentally butt dialed the porn. Well, actually, and then Pornhub banned in Texas now?
Well, it's not banned. I
thought it got banned.
Well, I guess it is banned because you can't verify age.
So it had to be a saved movie on his phone, right?
They must not be married because you don't download stuff like that. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, if he's a single guy, hey, whatever floats your boat, man. But I know he likes women, aggressive ones.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
There was a lot going on in that.
There was a lot happening.
Video.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey. Well, they're not very aggressive. We could say that.
Yeah, that lot of inactivity with the Dallas Cowboys this offseason. We'll talk about it coming up in about an hour. John Machota from The Athletic will join us. But you look at what the Houston Texans have done, and they continue to dominate the headlines. And, we've talked a lot about the Stephon Diggs trade. And what I find interesting, and I said yesterday, I think this is a group now, the Texans, they might have the best wide receiver trio in the NFL. We'll have to wait and see how everybody, how the season plays out, but they certainly look like they've got the best wide receiver room. And it's interesting because today there's an article where rankings of the best position groups by team are out, and neither the Cowboys, not surprising, or the Houston Texans make this list of having a best of kind of group. I thought for sure Houston would be up there, but they say the best wide receiving group is Philadelphia.
Well, you've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but I wonder if that article was written, though, before the Stephon Diggs trade was made, because I would have to at least have them in there. And all right, 1A, 1B, something like that, because they got a hell of a deal. Or the only thing I can think of is because most of those Houston receivers are young, and although they had a good year last year,
they're not
maybe that's the
superstars
case.
yet.
Right.
And that certainly is a possibility. But I look at just the weapons now that C.J. Stroud has. Obviously, he is one hell of a quarterback. He's got the running game. He's got a tight end. And you look at their wide receivers, and if you're a defensive coordinator, your offseason just went to hell if you've got the Texans on the schedule, because now you have to figure out how do you game plan to stop all those guys. And you just wonder, is it pressure the hell out of the quarterback? So those long developing plays, which Houston likes, won't be able to happen because their line, how well are they going to hold up? That's the area in the draft that they've got to address.
Yeah, they've got to address that, and they've got some defensive issues that they've got to address as well. So they still have some things to do. But I tell you what, you're exactly right. I mean, you have got to be aware if the Texans are on your schedule, they're going to score some points. And you got to know that going in. You're not going to stop those guys with all the weapons that they have. So game planning, defensive coordinators, it's interesting. I'm going to be interested, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. As great of a year as C.J. Stroud has, I want to see what his second year looks like.
Sure.
I think he's going to be just fine. I'm not concerned about it, but I know that speaking of defensive coordinators, they have a great way of adjusting. And I want to see. And the great quarterbacks have a great way of getting over those adjustments. And C.J. Stroud most likely will do that, but they're going to throw some different stuff at him. And is he going to be as good as he was last year, or will he be better? So, just stuff to watch as you go into, not to mention the fact, Jason, that they got a much tougher schedule
well,
this
that's
year.
It's the old saying, they might be better, but it might not show in the win-loss column because the schedule is that way. And again, because there's so many comparisons to him and Dak Prescott, you look at how great Dak was his rookie year, sent Tony Romo into retirement, and year two was good, but statistically not as that rookie year. But ultimately, if you're CJ, you're looking at, all right, they're anticipating some of that, and they're going and getting that help that you're going to need. And keeping their offensive coordinator is a big win for the Houston Texans. But I love what the Houston Texans have done this offseason. And I think Nick Caserio had a plan. CJ said, we don't need to be patient, because he proved he was that guy last year.
I hope the Spurs are listening to that.
Yes.
And will be just as aggressive this offseason. That remains to be seen. I like what Houston has done. I like it when teams are aggressive. Now, again, in the salary cap era, you've got to pick your spots. You got to have a quarterback on a rookie deal. We saw San Francisco do that when they brought in Christian McCaffrey because of that reason. And look, you got to take advantage when the iron's hot. The iron's hot for Houston right now, and they're making the most of it.
You look at the Texans, and you still wonder, okay, Kansas City, that's everybody's target right now. You look at what Baltimore has done. You look at Cincinnati, if Joe Burrow can stay healthy, and that's been the big if, but they are right there. They've got to be a part of that conversation. I don't know what to think of the Chargers, Harbaugh coming in, but when you've got a quarterback like Justin Herbert, you okay, look, what is he going to do? Is Buffalo now the team out? Like when we talk about the Super Bowl contending teams in the AFC, are we taking Buffalo out and putting the Texans in there?
Boy, that's a difficult decision.
Or do you still say if you've got Josh Allen, you're in that conversation?
I want to see what the Buffalo Bills do in the draft, and will they add free agents moving forward? That remains to be seen. I still think when you look at the AFC East over there, Buffalo's still got to be a player. They're going to be. The Patriots aren't any good. You don't know about the Jets, although they've made some pretty good moves. Miami, perhaps. But Buffalo's still got to be considered one of the favorites to win that division. But they've got to do some stuff. I mean, there's no question about it. They've got to do some stuff.
It's interesting because I would say right now, and again, it's way too early, kind of like when talking about the Cowboys with Buffalo, you got to see how the rest of their plan, whatever that is, shakes out and what the roster looks like. But if I were to pick division winners right now in the AFC East, I think I'd probably go Jets, Dolphins, and then Bills.
What do you mean Jets?
Jets, Dolphins, and then Bills.
Wow.
I mean, if healthy, I like what the Jets have done. The health is the bigger concern. It's either Dolphins or Jets likely to win the AFC East. And again, when you look at when does the schedule come out, Miami is just awful when it comes to cold weather games. They're just not designed for it. So if their schedule has some outdoor games November, December, especially key games, like when are they playing that game at Buffalo? When are they playing at Foxborough? When are they playing at the New York Jets? I think that schedule is going to say a lot about what the Dolphins are able to do.
Well, and you look at the schedule for both of them, Miami's going to have a more difficult schedule than the Jets will. I'm sorry. I'm off the Aaron Rodgers bandwagon. I just don't know that this guy's going to be able to come back after being being out an entire year with the injury that he suffered, and to come into the Jets. They've still got to work on that offensive line. I know Tyron Smith is going to help that. There's no question about it, but they've still got some issues there. They've got some skill position players, and that's going to help. But they're still the Jets, and the Jets are going to jet, right? I mean, they just are. And so I don't trust them to win anything, and I'm not sure that Aaron Rodgers can make it through an entire season healthy.
Aaron Rodgers he had the Achilles last year, but he has battled through a lot of injuries. So I kind of look last year as a freak accident. It happened so early. I think he's fully recovered by the time the season rolls around. Hell, he was trying to play last year. I'm not as worried about him making it through the season. If it were a bunch of nagging little things or a shoulder injury, but that Achilles kind of freak pops a tire 4 plays in, we'll see. The hard knocks curse for Aaron Rodgers.
What I love is the fact that we are talking about the NFL. We are less than 3 weeks away now from the NFL draft, and the NFL is just king.
It really is.
And it ain't even close.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Gorgeous day out here at the Valero, Texas Open. The clouds have really gone away, which is nice because we just had the Thunderbirds practicing nearby. In fact, they made the broadcast for the Valero, Texas Open, so we got to see a little bit better view of it from TV than what we're seeing here. But Monday, we're going to be live at the Roo Pub starting at 2 o'clock. So a bit of an Eclipse after party as we prepare for the national championship game. We'll get the latest on the Eclipse, which is coming up Monday, from the great Bill Taylor.
The great Bill Taylor?
From Ken's Five. Well, you keep calling him King.
The great?
Yeah.
King?
Yeah.
I've never said that word ever.
King Taylor?
Never.
Are you sure?
I have never said that once.
Are you sure?
The great Bill Taylor. Are you kidding me?
All right. Billy T joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I know a lot of you have your weekend plans, but if you don't, or you want to add something to it, why don't you check out the Big Blind? If you haven't been there, it is the premier poker room in San Antonio, upscale environment. I tell you what, it's about as close to Las Vegas as you're going to find here in San Antonio. Been to a lot of poker rooms in San Antonio, and the Big Blind is head and shoulders above all of them. You need to get in there and check it out, especially if you're military or first responders. They are giving you $2 off an hour at the Big Blind if you go over there as a military person or a first responder. So that's going to help you out, save you a little money. You can play some poker with that stuff. Look, you don't have to be an expert poker player either to go to the Big Blind. They've got tables for every ability, and that's the beauty of it. Not to mention the fact that, well, it's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, so you know everything is going to be first class. They offer food and beverage service directly to your table, and you don't have to worry about missing any of the action sports-wise. There are TVs everywhere in the Big Blind. Look, you got to get in there. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you need to get in there and experience it. It is just a lot of fun. Military first responders, $2 off an hour. That's what the Big Blind is doing right now. So get in there and check them out. You know where it is. If you've been to the Root Pub, the Angry Elephant, and I know you have, it's right down the way, right there in the same shopping center. 281 in Redland Road, the Big Blind.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we will have crowned a women's champion. She reigns supreme. We'll talk about how they did it.
Plus, the men get going tonight. Who will win it all? What will one shining moment look like? And hey, it's Masters Week. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm down here reporting from Main Street food trucks with some people all looking quite excited. Excuse me, can you tell me what's happening here? You all look extremely happy.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion.
And with the jackpot.com lottery app, you can now buy official lottery tickets right on your phone.
Lottery tickets right on your phone.
Wait. You can really do that?
Yes, and it's super easy. You just download the app, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can now buy official lottery tickets anywhere, anytime, right on your phone. Just download the jackpot.com lottery app. Back to the studio.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Never miss another jackpot. Go to the App Store right now and search for the jackpot.com lottery app. The jackpot.com lottery app.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today.
QC Kinetics announces the arrival of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon with 2 decades of experience and extensive research in regenerative medicine.
But I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it. And at the same time, I integrated clinical research that's resulted in several publications that are really directing the future of regenerative medicine. I was drawn to QC Kinetics after I reviewed their protocols, and everything they were doing is consistent with my own approach.
Today, Dr. Scheinkup leads the entire team of medical professionals at QC Kinetics, taking this exciting medical breakthrough to a whole new level.
What we are doing at QC Kinetics is transforming lives.
Get lasting joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Missions Baseball is back. Opening night is Tuesday, and it's AARP $2 Tuesday. Presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, featuring $2 tickets, pizza, beer, and more. Gates at 6, first pitch at 7:05. Visit samissions.com for tickets and details.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. A beautiful Friday afternoon out at TPC San Antonio. We're on the driving range. Second round of the Valero Texas Open.
Yeah, I wonder who dialed up this weather today. It was pretty good.
Little windy.
Yeah, a little windy.
Joe Reinagle hair movement meter is off the charts at this point.
I'm telling you, it is. Although it's not as bad as it was yesterday. For whatever reason, I added about a half a can of hairspray today.
I was going to say, when you covered the hurricane one time, when you actually got to play a weatherman,
yeah,
your hair didn't move this much.
No, you're right, it didn't. I must have used something different back then. Yeah, I'm in radio now. I don't have to be all schwanky and dolled up like those TV guys.
Schwanky and dolled up.
Yeah.
Bill Taylor from Ken's 5, who's always schwanky and dolled up. Joining us
if there's 2 words, I'm telling you, if there's 2 words that describe me, it's swanky and dolled up.
Yes. Yes, sir.
What's up, fella?
Bill Taylor, man, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. So Monday, we've got a national championship game. The Blitz is going to be live at the Roo Pub starting at 2 o'clock there at 281 and Redland Road. And I'm also billing it as an Eclipse after party because people are going to be stuck on the roads, right? Right? I mean, that's
exactly
what's happening, right? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're expecting about 1.4 million in Texas because of this eclipse. People are flying in from all over, driving over from all over, and we're all going to be under the clouds, unfortunately. This beautiful weather that you're experiencing out at the TPC is going to be changing fast come tomorrow.
Are you already getting the phone calls now blaming you?
I know, right? I'm telling you, I almost feel like apologize, and I feel terrible. We've been talking about Monday, April 8th for years, and now we're going to definitely be under the cloud cover. The rain looks to hold off. We got about a 30 to 40% chance, but that should come late afternoon or Monday evening. So the biggest concern during 1:30, that's going to be the maximum eclipse moment. That's when we hit totality, 1:30 to 1:34. We're hoping and praying that we get rid of the low clouds and we just deal with some high clouds, which are pretty translucent. It won't be as bad if we only have high clouds on Monday. I mean, it's just such a shame that it's not going to be as clear and sunny as it is right now. If it was this nice on Monday, it would be a spectacular solar eclipse. But
now,
the clouds are rolling in.
Bill, as you say that, and I don't know how you predict cloud cover, but it feels like that seems to change all the time. Like, there was a while it was all right, South Texas, and then it was North Texas, then it was clear again down here. Is that what are the chances that the cloud cover, whatever thing that you look at to determine that, changes by Monday afternoon?
And that's a great point, Jason. We can forecast as much as we want. We can look at as much model data as we want. But within those 15 to 20 minutes, there's just no way to tell right now, and there's no way to even tell on Monday morning what's going to happen at 1:25 p.m. Monday. There could be just enough wind, or temperatures might change enough. All those little variables will dictate how much cloud cover we see. So we could have a variable that just changes last minute, or just one that we did not expect, and the clouds break, or just the opposite, the clouds fill in. So right now, like I say, the confidence is pretty high that we're going to be mostly cloudy. It's just a matter of, will we have more low clouds, which will be more of an obscurity, or will we have high clouds, which would be working in our favor, and we'll get to see a lot more.
All right, Bill, I got to ask you then. If say it is cloudy, let's just assume it's going to be cloudy. What is it still going to get really dark, or what are we going to what do we expect when this eclipse happens?
So great question. Even with cloud cover, it will get dark and it will get a little bit cooler at, again, 1:30. The whole eclipse starts at about 12:15 with the partial. And then at 1:30, we hit maximum eclipse, and that's the totality moment. And then it goes until about 3 p.m. with the last part of the partial. So the cloud cover would keep us, of course, from seeing a lot of the partial. But the moment of total eclipse, maximum eclipse, then we will get a little dark. We will get a little bit cooler. You're going to see the animal kingdom react birds are going to start nesting. You might even hear some crickets, depending on where you are. Like if you're at the center of the line, which that's up to 4.5 minutes of totality. So, I mean, it's dark for a few minutes out on that center of the line, which is going to be from Fredericksburg through Kerrville down to Uvalde on a line all the way to Eagle Pass. That's the center of the line of totality. But if you want to be in Northwest San Antonio, you're going to expect, like say in Fair Oaks, up to almost 3 minutes of totality. Fair Oaks and Bernie area is going to be a pretty good spot. And like I said, in those few minutes, yes, it's going to get a little cooler and it will definitely get a little bit darker. But again, we just won't see the corona, which is that beautiful glow around the moon. You can take your eclipse glasses off in that totality moment and experience the corona, which is the outer surface of the sun. And it's a spectacular moment if you've ever seen it. It's incredible.
Bill Taylor from Ken's 5 with us here on the Blitz. Now, for those that don't get it, the excitement that you have to experience that, why is this such an event where people are traveling from all over to experience 3 or 4 minutes of totality?
Because of how rare this is. I mean, especially, Jason, when you consider the fact we're getting a total solar eclipse on Monday, and less than 6 months ago, we had an annular solar eclipse. That is amazingly rare. It'll never happen in our lifetime in San Antonio again. And see, the last time a total solar eclipse occurred here was in the years of like the 1300s. And the next one isn't going to be until 2044. And that path of totality is in Canada, and just kind of glancing a blow across the northern plains like North Dakota, Montana, and that's as far south as it gets in the U.S. Then the next one after that, not until 2078. And that path is going to clip South Padre Island, but it's mostly across the southeastern states. And then after that, 2099, because I was looking at like future solar eclipses in the U.S., and I'll tell you what, there's like 30 to 40 years between each one. So in most cases, the reason why, it's once in a lifetime. It truly is.
And all of that's great. And then you guys covering the data and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, all that. That's so fun. That's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, but what I would like, see, we know it's coming. It's going to happen. We know it's coming. I want to be back in the 1300s. Now, can you imagine? They didn't have weather guys like you, Bill Taylor. So, I mean, they didn't know what the hell was going on. Right, I mean, that would be more fun. It's just all of a sudden, what? Hey, wait, what's happening?
Who turned out the lights?
Exactly. I mean, think about it. The sun is what provides, life on this planet. I mean, without the sun, we don't have living, things. And so here's our life-giving source, other than God, but the sun. And I mean, they're used.
Bill Taylor's phone is cutting out.
It came in and out.
Yeah,
it's all right.
It's not like the totality. I mean, it was there and then it
was there. Yeah, he just went to total eclipse of the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like a bad song.
That does, doesn't it? Yes. But
total eclipse of the phone.
I thought that was pretty damn clever.
That was good.
Yeah, who sang that song back in the day? Total Eclipse of the Heart. Was that Heart? Bonnie Tyler. According to
Greg Shelton.
Wow, bam.
I would not have come up with Bonnie Tyler.
How about that? Wow.
All right. Bill Taylor with the total eclipse of the phone. But like the sun,
total eclipse of the phone.
Back.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there.
Technology is great until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good. So,
but
we're talking about the 1300s. Yeah.
Yeah, there are stories about, Native Americans were shooting arrows at the sun because they thought, we got to relight it. They thought mystical creatures had eaten the sun. I mean, there was all kinds of scenarios, man. Because what else would you think? There was, like you're saying, there was no science back then, so there's no way to understand it.
Well, I mean, back then, your parents say you got to be home at dark for dinner, and you're like, man, it can't be dinner time. I just had lunch. Time to go. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
All right. So, from a safety standpoint, with the expected cloud cover, if you don't have glasses, Are you still safe to look at it? Does the cloud cover protect you if you happen to look up and you're not wearing the glasses, or everybody driving needs to have the Eclipse glasses?
Well, okay, first let's start there. No driving with the Eclipse glasses, right? But yeah, definitely. unless you're talking about driving a golf ball, that's about the only driving you want to do with those glasses on.
Well,
but
I think the only ones that would be driving with those on have Teslas. So we won't go there.
No, I promise you, have the glasses on, cloud cover or not, you need the glasses if you're looking up at the sun. This is no joke. I mean, people can permanently damage their eyes or even damage them to the case of going blind in one or two of your eyes. It could be serious. So please make sure to wear the glasses. If you're in the path of totality, the moment you can take them off is at totality, when it goes dark and the sun is completely covered by the moon.
Now, Bill, being at Kens 5 for so long, working with you and Jack Acosta there, I would assume we've got a whole solar eclipse special. Do we have something like that?
We're all staying here all weekend, man. We're sleeping here. It's incredible. No, yeah, tonight.
You're kidding,
the
right?
Spurs game,
you are kidding, right?
No, yeah, I'm kidding about that part. But tonight, after the Spurs game, we've got a 9:30 p.m. special on Kens 5, a pre-eclipse special from 9:30 to 10. Okay, that's tonight. And then on Monday, we're going to be live from 1 to 2 p.m. Live shots all over the area. In fact, I'm emceeing a watch party at Wolf Stadium. We've got 4,000 students coming out there. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to be live out there as well. And then we're having a special on Kens 5. That's going to be on Kens 5 Plus, the 1 to 2 p.m., as well as Facebook and our other social and digital platforms. And then at 2:30 to 3 p.m., we're going to kind of have a wrap-up party as the eclipse comes to a close at 3 p.m.
All right, I got a knucklehead question. What the hell is a wrap-up party for an eclipse? I mean, I understand, like, post-game, coaches are having press conferences, players are answering questions, we're evaluating the plays, we're looking at the tape, we're showing the highlights.
Exactly. We're gonna talk to Popovich. We'll see Popovich's reaction. We'll have some sun chips. We'll eat some moon pies. It's gonna be a gas, bro.
Well, I'm just saying that's a good plug. So the Spurs game is on Kens 5 tonight, huh?
It sure is, playing the Pelicans right here on Kens 5, and then at 9:30 p.m. the Eclipse special. Joe, I've got a special somebody who wants to say hi real quick.
I want to say hi to the Sports Star Joe Reinagel.
The great Deborah Knapp. Good, Deborah. How are you? The great Deborah Knapp. It's great to hear your voice, Deborah.
Oh, it's wonderful to hear your voice. We miss you, Joe, but love listening to you on the radio. You and Jason.
Didn't you work here? Joe works here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know about work, but I was there for a long
he
time.
collected a lot of paychecks.
Great to hear your voice.
Okay, guys. Great
Thank
to hear you,
Deborah.
too.
Good to hear from you. Hey,
Dude,
all
do
right,
me
Bill.
a favor. While you guys are out there, just walk up to the third hole and say, "Can we play through?" Can you do that? Just do that for me, dude. Come on.
Well, as long as we get it recorded on some sort of video, yeah.
It would have to be on video. It would have to be on video because Bill Taylor is the guy. He doesn't like slow play. He's going to always want to play through.
Now, I'm going to go back to something real quick before we let Bill go. When you asked him about, could the clouds change and stuff like that, did you hear him hedge his bets?
Oh, of course.
Oh, the data could be this and something could be. There's always a huge rivalry between sports guys and weather guys. And so I got to get that last shot in there. He's hedging his bets.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Always. I always ask Joe, how about you start predicting scores of games? I'd love for you to just and I'll give you percentages. There's a 60% chance that the Spurs score 72 points tonight. That would be pretty good.
That would be, but you've seen the guy gamble. He'd be as right as most weather guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Bill Taylor, I know you got to jump on TV and get ready for your big special tonight. Appreciate you giving us the insight and preparing us for Monday.
Anytime, fellas. Have an awesome Friday out there at the course, and go Blitz, go. Love you guys.
Appreciate it.
Billy.
Bill Taylor from at Kens 5 on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. online at buyersbarricades.com, and a little cameo from the great Deborah Knapp.
The great Deborah Knapp is the queen of San Antonio TV news. And one of the sweetest people you ever meet.
She is awesome. And again, you hear that voice.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even say,
no,
who's that?
You know exactly who that was. Yes.
Who that is.
No, she is fantastic. It was great to hear from Deborah Knapp.
So you think about the eclipse. Are you more excited about it now?
No. I'm not. It's okay. It's a thing, right? And, but I'm not traveling, thousands of miles. So I gotta be in Waco at this particular time, and because
you'd be lost. You just heard him say Fredericksburg.
Well, Fredericksburg, wherever the hell he said, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to be an experience, and yeah, I mean, it's something. But I'm not going to change my life for 3 minutes.
Well, for some people, 3 minutes is a really long time.
Yeah, that would be a change of life in some people that know me.
Maybe you go 4 minutes. A whole 4, huh?
Yes, yes.
I mean, you got to get somewhere for totality in 4 minutes.
Wow.
And the excitement and euphoria that comes along with that.
That would be a treat.
Yeah. Unexpected, once in a lifetime experience.
But look, I'm going to look up.
Well, but again, no, I am still, if you are driving and you're not supposed to wear the glasses,
don't,
and the sun is in your eyes, what do you do?
Well, it won't be, because it'll be covered by the moon. Nobody's going to be driving during that 3 or 4 minute period.
Everybody's going to pull off on the highways and just stop.
If they want to look at it, yes, I think. The other one that Bill was talking about, it was that partial thing.
Yeah.
There were people all over the side of the road.
Well, but again, though, I mean, I was in an airplane.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I was on an airplane. I saw the reflection on the ground.
A lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing that.
Actually, some guy asked me if he could buy the photo because he just wanted to frame it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you sell it to him?
No, I just texted it to him.
Dude, why wouldn't you sell it to him?
What are you going to sell it for?
I don't name your price. It sounds like he would be willing to pay.
Well.
Damn, Minix.
Yeah.
If some dude offers to buy something from you, you sell it to him. You don't give it away.
Sure. I mean, it was a friend.
Okay, well, you guys stay poor the rest of your life.
But again, though, if you're driving, you know how when you're driving and the sun is in your eyes, what do?
You put your visor down.
I mean,
I don't know what you're looking for.
Well, obviously, it's a big deal. You want your glasses. We'll be at the Roo Pub.
Sure.
I'm sure we're going to walk outside with everybody else.
You have glasses?
And experience this. No, I don't.
I'm going to have glasses.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you already have them?
Maggie ordered some.
Did from Amazon?
Yes.
Well, I'm guessing on Amazon you had to order a pack of 12, right?
No, I don't know.
You can buy a pack of 2?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll sell you a pair.
Well, somebody's going to have extras. Somebody's going to, but everybody's talking about these glasses, and granted, it's not like I've been looking for them, but I don't know that I've seen them anywhere. I don't.
Amazon has them.
I don't have a kid. Well, I did have somebody say that they bought some on Amazon, but they had to buy like a dozen. So
yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't know what she bought.
You'll have extra. Bring them over.
Well, I'll sell you a
beer
pair
that you owe me.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because we all want to protect our eyes.
Absolutely. Always want to protect your eyes in every situation. And you also want to see better.
Yes.
I mean, that's we all want to see better, right?
Yes.
Without glasses, without readers, without any of that stuff. Parkhurst New Vision can do that for you. They did it for me. They can certainly do it for you. And you know what the best thing I love about it, and I've been seeing it so much lately on social media, are the happy people that have gone to Parkhurst New Vision. They just rave about not only being able to see better, but the treatment you get while you're dealing with the professionals at Parkhurst New Vision. It is really incredible and indescribable. You need to experience. Like if you're tired of glasses, contacts, readers, all that stuff, call Parkhurst New Vision. They can help you get rid of all of that stuff. 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. Look, when you call them, set up your consultation, go in there, ask any questions you want they're going to explain the procedure and what's going to, that kind of stuff. And I guarantee you're going to feel great when you leave there. The first step, though, is to call Parkhurst New Vision. Get it started. Get the freedom that I have. You can have it as well. 210-585-2020.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm down here reporting from Main Street food trucks with some people all looking quite excited. Excuse me, can you tell me what's happening here? You all look extremely happy.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion.
And with the jackpot.com lottery app, you can now buy official lottery tickets right on your phone.
Lottery tickets right on your phone.
Wait, you can really do that?
Yes, and it's super easy. You just download the app, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can now buy official lottery tickets anywhere, anytime, right on your phone. Just download the jackpot.com lottery app. Back to the studio.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Never miss another jackpot. Go to the App Store right now and search for the jackpot.com lottery app. The jackpot.com lottery app.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges on your tax debt daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you will owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima Tax have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson, and this is 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Second round of the Valero Texas Open is just about in the books, and a lot of big names are going to be around for the weekend. Jordan Spieth, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, all making the cut. They will play here this weekend. Spurs will play in New Orleans tonight, taking on the Pelicans. Keldon Johnson is questionable, as is Zion Williamson for the Pelicans. He's got a finger issue.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Friday afternoon.
Absolutely. What a beautiful day out here at TPC San Antonio. The second round of the Valero Texas Open just about wrapping up. And, boy, it's been a big day. I tell you what, the wind has really affected these guys that have teed off this afternoon.
it is windy. What'd you hear earlier? You heard a
40 mile an hour
gust.
Sure did.
And your hair shows that.
Well, of course it does. But again, it doesn't look as bad.
No, your hair's looking better today than yesterday.
It's better today, right?
I'm not sure what you had going on yesterday.
Well, no, what we had going on, just full transparency, I'll try to figure it out. We moved the table where we're actually looking out onto the driving range. Yesterday, we were sideways. So the wind was blowing my hair sideways.
Okay.
Today, it's blowing straight at me. And it's better that way.
It's better that way.
It's better that way.
Better for all of us, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that what we're saying?
Of course.
Is that what we're saying?
Well, when I look better, we all look better, don't we? I mean, seriously.
Sure.
Absolutely.
That makes sense to me. Absolutely. We'll go with it.
Yes.
Make it work.
I do.
We do.
Every day.
You look at the Spurs playing tonight, and you also have the women's semifinal games for the Final Four.
Big sports night.
Dude, 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to guess a bunch of us are going to turn off the Spurs game and watch UConn play Iowa.
Well, I would think so, or you're flipping back and forth, or if you're lucky enough to have 2 TVs in your living room like you do, you can watch them both at the same time.
Well, and I can promise you the bigger television is going to have the Iowa UConn game.
I'm excited about that. Paige Becker's up against Caitlin Clark. That's going to be a good matchup. I think those 2 teams playing for the thrill of getting beat by South Carolina on Saturday.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
So you think that no matter what, South Carolina is going to roll and finish undefeated?
Yes, I just think they're that good overall. I mean, you've got your stars for UConn with Beckers and obviously Clark with Iowa, but I just think that South Carolina is too good for all of them.
Ed, you're probably right. I just think the next several days, the next 4 days for basketball are going to be incredible.
No doubt.
At what you've got tonight, then what you have tomorrow in the men's semifinal games, then Sunday's women's championship, and then the men's championship on Monday night. I think UConn continues to roll on the men's side. I still think Caitlin Clark's going to figure out a way to win a national championship. I really
everybody would love that.
Yeah,
everybody would love that, but she's gonna have to certainly work for it because the South Carolina team is really, really good. So, but tonight's going to be a lot of fun, and I like the fact that both of these teams, when you're talking about UConn and Iowa, have the stars, and that's what's going to make it fun tonight. Which star steps up bigger than the other, and which team steps up, quite frankly, because Beckers and Clark are going to get theirs. So what players come in and get involved and help those 2 out? So that's what we're going to do. And so I can't wait to watch that. And I'm like you, and there's a lot of people on our YouTube channel who are kind of doing the same thing. It's like the sound. Jacob Eric says the sound is going to be up on the Iowa UConn game. I get that. I understand that. And mine probably will be too. Although the Spurs need 2 wins, 6 games left, they need at least 2 wins to tie the worst record in Spurs franchise history. They need 3 of the next 6 to not have to suffer in that, that hole that they don't want to be in. Victor Wembanyama has certainly said he does not want to be associated with that record.
Well, and again, you look at a team that added Wemby and could follow that up with the worst record in franchise history. And Wemby has said he does not want that, but they are running out of games to at least tie the 20 wins. And I know he wants to get to 21. No Keldon tonight, obviously no Devin and Jeremy. But if Zion doesn't play, but I still look at this team. I don't know if it matters what New Orleans rolls out tonight. If the Spurs that played Denver shows up tonight, they're going to get a win. But I don't trust that team is going to show up.
Yeah, you can't trust this Spurs team. That's the problem. Eric Salazar reminds us, too, we've been talking about basketball, the Rangers and Astros kick off a series tonight as well for the
Silver Boot.
That one, yeah. So it'll be fun. You talk about a big sport night, man. It is fantastic. I love this. A great Friday night of sports viewing.
Well, again, it's going to be a great weekend. And then for those of you coming out over the weekend, tomorrow, Sunday, for the Valero Texas Open. And that's one of the great things with golf is obviously it's in the day and you get those games at night. I know Monday we're going to be at the Rue Pub, which, you know, if you're out there this weekend, that's great after golf tournament place to go as well. But again, Monday for the championship game and then the Eclipse, it's just one of these great weekends. And we had a lot of great sports weekends over a stretch. You think about how good this weekend is. Last weekend with opening day and the Sweet 16 round, you've got the Masters next weekend. We're a couple of weeks away from the NFL draft. I mean, the March-April sports calendar is incredible. And then, of course, we're going to have, I don't know, the NBA playoffs that won't include the San Antonio Spurs, but yet still a lot of fun.
Not only that, you got the NFL draft coming up. I mean, it's just it's a great month for sports, as it always is. Looking forward to that. And I always like, even though I'll be here tomorrow for most of it, but like watching the Valero Texas Open on TV. It's always cool to see this golf course and to see the coverage that this tournament gets, and especially with the big names that are going to be involved. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, you got to be thrilled. If you're a golf fan, you got to be thrilled by the fact that these players, the Rory McIlroys, the Tommy Fleetwoods, the Jordan Spieths, they are still around for the weekend. It's going to make this tournament that much more exciting. And it's just a great weekend for sports viewing. They're just about wrapped up here, which is amazing. And I'm going to tell you what, when you feel the wind out here at TPC San Antonio and you see that there has been absolutely no movement upward for any of these players that have teed off this afternoon, everybody that made a move played this morning. That just goes to show you, number one, this golf course is hard. It's hard on its face. And then you add a 30 to 40 mile an hour wind blowing. It just makes it that much more difficult. And we're seeing the results of that on the leaderboard.
Absolutely. But I mean, the wind, yes. And if you're walking around, you see a lot of people chasing their hats and whatnot. So you can be prepared for that. But outside that, it's gorgeous. What I really like is the wind is certainly a factor. And right now they're saying 16 miles an hour is what they've got on the screen. Was that 16 or 18? 18. But on whatever hole they're showing right now. But what's great, though, is it's not sweltering hot either.
No, it's not.
It's a great Chamber of Commerce type of day here in San Antonio.
Absolutely perfect. And the weekend promises to be that, too. Unfortunately, as we heard from Bill Taylor with Ken's 5, it might be a little cloudy on Monday for the solar eclipse, the total eclipse of the sun.
And Jerry finds that funny.
Well, I understand, Jerry.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about Jerry with the great John Machota from The Athletic. He joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With 64 games in the books, UConn, Purdue, NC State, and Alabama now converge on Phoenix with just 2 more wins needed to claim the 2024 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Tune in this Saturday to hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four.
It's all come down to this, the 2024 Final Four, Saturday at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online.
I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm down here reporting from Main Street food trucks with some people all looking quite excited. Excuse me, can you tell me what's happening here? Y'all look extremely happy.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion.
And with the jackpot.com lottery app, you can now buy official lottery tickets right on your phone.
Lottery tickets right on your phone.
Wait, you can really do that?
Yes, and it's super easy. You just download the app, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can now buy official lottery tickets anywhere, anytime, right on your phone. Just download the jackpot.com lottery app. Back to the studio.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Never miss another jackpot. Go to the App Store right now and search for the jackpot.com lottery app. The jackpot.com lottery app.
Looking for the ultimate hangout spot? Swing by 90 Proof Bar and Grill, where the kitchen stays fired up till midnight, serving up all your game day favorites with daily drink specials. 90 Proof Bar and Grill, corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch. Food, cold drinks, and live sports.
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we'll react to the Spurs-Sixers game. How did Wemby do? Did he play? Plus, we have a women's national champion, and the men will fight for the right to earn theirs. Also, the Masters starts next week, which means, Joe, the white belts are going to be everywhere.
Yes, they are.
Although not as many white belts as you would think out here at the Valero Texas Open. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We are live at TPC San Antonio, set up on the driving range. Round 2 of the Valero Texas Open wrapping up.
but it's always a part of the conversation. That is the Dallas Cowboys. Let's continue.
I thought you meant the white belt.
No.
Okay.
John Machota from The Athletic joining us now here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, you're a worldly sports guy. Where do you fall with white belts on the golf course?
I mean, hey, some people can pull it off. I don't know if it's something I would be doing, but you know what? I'll say this: if you're good at golf, I think you can pull it off and do whatever you want. But if you're not a good golfer, probably don't wear it.
Thank you, John.
So
I
if you're
appreciate that.
not a good golfer but wearing a white belt, you're just pretending, right?
You're trying too hard. Yeah, and it's kind of embarrassing.
That's Joe. Yep, you've got it. That's Joe.
Yeah, you see, he knows. Jason knows better, John. He knows I'm a hell of a player.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a better golfer than me, and that's not saying much.
That's true,
man.
But I'm much better than you. That's the problem. You, dude, I've seen better swings on an abandoned playground.
Yeah, here we go. It's a white belt joke. John, the Cowboys have become a white belt joke this offseason, haven't they? I mean, it is kind of bizarre when you think about the lack of inactivity, and then you look at the Texans this week adding in Stephon Diggs. By definition, Nick Caserio has gone all in. What's the reaction been like up there in Dallas?
I think it's frustration, and I mean, obviously the Houston thing is just the cherry on the top, but even without them making those moves, I just think that it's just a lot of frustration from Cowboys fans because one, another disappointing end to a season, but then two, not to be doing anything in the off season just makes it so much worse. And then obviously you see the Texans making these moves, and they really surprised a lot of people last year. And so this is one of those seasons where it looks like, the Texans might have a better team than the Cowboys. And that's not something that happens very often. And so it will be interesting to see if things play out that way, if the Texans are the better team. And maybe that's something that would bother Jerry Jones, but as it sits right now, they're not doing anything. So, actions speak louder than words.
Boy, there's no question about that, John, and it's got to be frustrating. I know we hear from Cowboy fans here in San Antonio, and the frustration is loud. That's for sure. Do you expect, though, that the Cowboys, obviously they're going to draft and pick and make some moves that way. Do you expect them maybe to be active after the draft?
I think they're going to have to be. I mean, one spot for sure that I see is defensive tackle. I don't see you taking a defensive tackle in the first round. And let's say even if you did, the chances of that defensive tackle hitting right away aren't great. And so to make up for the loss of Hankins and Neville Gallimore, I think they're going to have to do some type of a move for a veteran defensive tackle. Maybe that's in a similar way to how they got Jonathan Hankins a couple years ago through a trade with the Raiders. But that's one spot that I look at that I'm like, I don't know how you're filling that. I can see how they can fill left tackle in the draft. I can see how they can fill center in the draft and running back. Defensive tackle, yeah, not so much. So I do think that they will still make some moves depending on what they do in the draft, but defensive tackle is certainly one of them.
When you look at, obviously, I mean, they need an offensive tackle. Running back becomes a question. If Jonathan Brooks is there in the second round, is that where you think they would jump on adding a running back, or do you think the first two rounds are offensive linemen?
No, I think they can consider one as early as the second round. But I think it also depends on like which players are available and what did they do in the first round. If they got their left tackle there in the first round, I do think they feel that they can find another starting center type like Biadasz, in the middle of the draft, like they found Biadasz in the middle of the draft. And so maybe then, maybe then that means that, they'll take a running back there. But what if they go center in the first round because they like the kid out of Oregon? Then maybe they wait on running back and they take a offensive tackle in the second round. But I don't think the second round is too early to take a running back. But I will say this, if you're taking running back in the second round, that better be the player that is getting the bulk of the carries and you're running, that player quite a bit and getting a lot of usage out of them. It shouldn't be a timeshare guy if you're using a second round pick on him.
Well, and no doubt. And I think that's got to be part of the plan. And I'm curious, John, the reaction there in Dallas with Derrick Henry coming out and saying that the Cowboys never contacted him. There seemed to be no interest in him at all. Is there anger about that, frustration with that type of news too, or is that just we didn't want him anyway?
I got more of a sense of after he signed a couple weeks ago, there being more frustration than there is now. The only reason now when he says that, I think there's a little bit less is because as a fan base, or at least the knowledgeable part of the fan base, is going to go, this team doesn't even have a couple $1 million to go get Jonathan Hankins to come back. Why would we think that there's enough money to go get Derrick Henry? Like that's so far beyond anything. When the only outside guy you add is a 1-year deal on Eric Kendricks, it's not even realistic on the Derrick Henry thing. Now that we know that, now when Derrick Henry first signed, you thought that they would be a little bit more of a player, and so yeah, there was frustration then. But now it just abundantly clear to everybody that it's just bargain shopping. That there was never any chance they were going to sign anybody of note.
And we all know the cap problems that the Cowboys are in and what they keep telling us, whether it's Steven or Jerry. But the reality is, if there was a player they wanted, they could have manipulated other deals and made that happen. So is it really a financial issue or more of a want to issue?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the biggest financial part of it is that they really want to be able to be in a position where they can re-sign Dak, CD, and Micah, but then also have enough ability to re-sign the rest of a 53-man roster in the future. That's part of it. But to your point, let's just go and play pretend here and say that they went to the NFC Championship game this past year and they were only one player away. Maybe they are a little bit more aggressive this free agency. Maybe a deal with Dak or CD is done and it opens up a little bit of space in that. But with how they lost, that I think that factors in a little bit too. That how disappointing that end of the season was. Is you know what? Why don't we just go into next year, see what we got here, and then we'll make some tough decisions the following offseason. I know that's not what fans want to hear, but I just have a feeling that's the way the Cowboys are thinking.
It seems to be that way, and it begs the question, John, and Jason and I talk about this from time to time. Can the Cowboys realistically keep all three of those guys?
Oh, I think they can. It just, after you do that, does it put you in a position to where you can win a Super Bowl? And I think that part of it comes off of, yes, those three certainly help you doing that. But obviously, as you guys know, the NFL is more than just three guys. So it's how do you fill in the gaps after you've committed all that money to those three guys? And it can be done. It just, you have to draft really well, and that's what it will come down to, because you know that they won't be a player in free agency after those deals. They're not a player in free agency right now. None of those deals are done. So after they happen, it's definitely not. There's not going to be adding any pieces of note that way. So it all goes back to how well can you draft, because you're going to have to draft very well. You're going to fill in a lot of gaps, and frankly, you're not going to be able to have a draft like you did this past year, where you get very little to nothing from that rookie class the following season. You're going to need multiple guys out of those rookie classes to contribute year after year after year, because you're just not going to have a lot of space to fill in those gaps with veteran free agents.
John Machota from The Athletic joining us here on the Blitz. I look at, because last year's draft right now an F, because no impact in their rookie years from any of those guys. Maybe they develop in year two, but yeah, Will McClay can't have another draft like that one. That said, though, the idea of playing it out 1 year and then maybe blowing it up, I just don't believe Jerry would be willing to go through 3 or 4 or 5 bad years trying to get to the next. It's like Dak. How do you move on from Dak? Because you can't replace him right now with somebody better. At Jerry's age, I just don't see that being a realistic plan for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't see that being the case either. I just think that this is just going to drag out. I think that they'll eventually re-sign all three of these guys, and it won't be for any. It's not like any one of them is going to be a bargain. It's not like any one of them is going to be cheaper than they'd be right now. The price tag's only going up, and so because of that, no, I agree with you. Where Jerry's at in his life, and having gone through the years between Romo and Aikman, he's not going to want to go through that again. He's not going to let Dak walk. So not unless the only way that would happen is if by some chance like a Trey Lance or somebody came out of nowhere and basically was Dak of 2016, where you're just like, whoa, we got our next guy. Until they identify that guy, I don't see them just throwing darts at a board and being like, well, we'll let Dak walk and we'll just try and find the next quarterback by drafting a guy or something. I just don't see them doing that. That's too risky for the way this organization has made moves for the better part of the last decade.
John, when you look at Dak Prescott and say they don't do anything with him before the season begins. That's got to be a hell of a risk. And I know Dak has taken that risk before, but got to be a hell of a risk for Dak Prescott to go into that knowing that if there's an injury, any kind of problem at all, is that a gamble for him not signing this thing or not even being offered?
Yeah, I don't think it is for him, just because, as you mentioned, I mean, he had that horrific ankle injury that, that wasn't even just like a mild, season ender. That was a significant injury that took multiple surgeries to fix, and that had zero negative impact on his contract. And then the other part of it is like, it's one of those things where if you're going in the final year of your deal at the radio station and you do some risky things, what do you have to fall back on? So then you're betting on yourself because you don't know what that next job might be. With Dak, it's like, let's really be honest here. Dak's probably making just as much money off the field. And when you see the money that these guys are getting paid to call games, Dak is clearly of the level that he's going to be able to do all that stuff after his career too. So I get that it'll be popular for people to say, oh, Dak's betting on himself. But like, Dak has already bet on himself and won big. Like, he's never going to need to hurt for $1 ever again. So he can easily take this risk and will be just fine off of it, because even if he suffered an injury, or let's say he had the worst season of his career, there's still going to be at least one or two teams out there that'll be willing to give him, pay him very, very well to play the position. So I think it's way bigger risk for the Cowboys than it is for Dak Prescott.
Well, and that said, I mean, and we assume Dak wants to sign an extension with the Dallas Cowboys. All indications are that he does, but it does take two. Maybe he's going to say, I'm going to play this final year of my deal. I'm going to become a free agent and go to a franchise. Some money's going to be about the same. He's going to get $60 million a year. It's on from who, and go to a fan base that would appreciate having a Dak Prescott.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely that part of it for sure. I think that's just the Cowboys thing, though. If you don't win in the playoffs and make a deep run, there's obviously going to be people that are frustrated with you. But I don't get the sense that, the fan base. I mean, there's obviously going to be people in the fan base that would like them to try for a different quarterback. I don't think that that's very rational. I think that you should feel fortunate Dak Prescott's the quarterback. But no, I mean, hey, maybe he doesn't feel that way. Maybe he feels like after this next season, hey, maybe it's better off I go somewhere else. Yeah, that's absolutely a risk that the Cowboys are taking. There's no question about that, and it could be one that it ends up hurting them. But it's one too where, like I've said before, I certainly thought when the Lions traded Matthew Stafford and got Jared Goff that they were just kicking it down the can down the line, and they were just going to be bad for another 2 or 3 years. And it turned around, and it turned into the Lions being the best the Lions have probably been in 30, 40, 50 years. So it's hard to say. There's just, I mean, the way that the Eagles paid Carson Wentz, and they were able to move on from it, and they found Jalen Hurts. And so I don't know that it's totally the end of the world. I just think that the Cowboys are much better off with Dak Prescott than going out into the wilderness and trying to find another franchise quarterback.
Well, which brings us back to Trey Lance. Is May the deadline for them to pick up that fifth-year option? Am I right about that, or am I not, John?
I believe so, but I don't get the sense that they would do anything like that. They need to see him in training camp. They need to see him in preseason games. I don't think they're going to touch that fifth year because it's over $20 million. They're not going to do that. But it will be intriguing to see him in training camp setting and in the preseason playing in games, because he's going to get a lot of work there. And if he looks really good, what kind of hype that is with the Dallas Cowboys. It's more so than any other sports organization there is. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, if he has a C+ training camp, all the national talk and all the everything else, it'll treat it like he was a B+ player, because of what about this controversy? Maybe they got a quarterback controversy in that. And so that will be that to me, depending on how this draft class goes and maybe how these contract talks go between now and training camp, it's going to be one of the most intriguing storylines. Will be what does Trey Lance look like, just because we haven't really seen anything from him, and he hadn't got a chance to really show very much when you get traded during a season. You're not going to be able to do much during a practice during an NFL season when you're not the guy. And so because of that, training camp, preseason, that's going to be one of the biggest Cowboy storylines is, what does Trey Lance look like?
Absolutely. John Machota from The Athletic. You guys there at The Athletic did a great article earlier this week looking at those 3 big contracts and trying to prioritize them. If the Cowboys could only get 2 of those deals done, who in your mind is the guy that is playing for another franchise?
I would say Micah, and the only reason why is because I could see him holding out for the very top dollar, reset the market at defensive end. And although I just can't believe Jerry would let a superstar walk out the door. I always believe Jerry Jones is pro offense, and so it's much more unlikely for him to let a number 1 wide receiver and a franchise quarterback go. But if it got down to it where they get those deals done and then Micah wants, 35-40 million a year, and they're like, we just can't get it done. Maybe they package something together and then they make a trade and let him walk. But I don't see that one happen either. I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, he let DeMarcus Ware go before that 2014 season. But, I mean, Ware was on the back end of his career. Jerry generally doesn't let superstars go in the primes of their career. So I just think it's highly unlikely any of those 3 on their next deal is going to be with any team other than the Cowboys.
That was a great article, though, John. It really was very entertaining and thought-provoking to kind of think about what you would do if you were in Jerry's shoes.
It would just be interesting, too, because the argument I make is with CeeDee Lamb is if you're going to pay him, let's say, the number 1 wide receiver in the league, but then you don't pay Dak, like, are you getting the max usage out of your number 1 wide receiver if you don't know what you have at quarterback? If they got somebody in line, they're like, no, this guy will be the guy, then that's fine. But if you're going into the wilderness here looking for your next franchise quarterback and you got this wide receiver making all this money, I don't know how that makes a ton of sense. It's almost like it's a package thing. Like if you're going to be paying your top quarterback like this, then you pay your top wide receiver. But if you're going into, we're rebuilding this thing to try and find our next quarterback, I don't know why that makes that much, pay your top receiver that much.
As great as Micah Parsons is, I can find ways defensively to hide him or hide the absence of him. I can't do that at quarterback, and I can't do that with the number 1 wide receiver. So I agree. If they had to pick one guy not to be there, I think it would be Micah for a variety of reasons, but that being the biggest one.
Well, let me just say real quick, too. I'm not saying that this guy is on the level of CeeDee Lamb, but a player I think of a lot without the franchise quarterback, but is a good receiver, is Terry McLaurin in Washington. Over the years, watching him play, he's a very good wide receiver that if he had better quarterback play, I think he would show out a lot more. But he's been in Washington where it's kind of like, they just haven't been able to find that guy. And you're just kind of like, man, I don't know. From my perspective, I just feel like they've kind of wasted Terry McLaurin to a certain level.
Yeah, no argument here. John Machota from The Athletic. Make sure you subscribe to The Athletic and follow John on Twitter at John Machota, Jon Machota. John, enjoy the basketball this weekend. The next 4 days are going to be great for college hoops.
Will do. You guys do the same.
Appreciate it. John Machota from The Athletic on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Spurs, Pelicans tonight. We'll also talk tournament here on the Blitz, live at the Valero, Texas Open on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, we will have crowned a women's champion. She reigns supreme. We'll talk about how they did it.
Plus, the men get going tonight. Who will win it all? What will one shining moment look like? And hey, it's Masters Week. The Morning Huddle starts at 6.
Hard work, dedication, and dreams. These are the keystones of success. But easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. And getting your max refund guarantee definitely doesn't hurt. But let others think you did a lot of hard work to file your taxes when in reality, it was a walk in the park. No, you literally filed while walking your dog in the park. Winner! Because some key info is pre-filled for you so you can file quickly and confidently like the boss that you are. So give yourself the peace of mind that comes with getting expert help, because you're going places. Let's go. And make tax season feel like it's award season with easy filing. Yeah! Know that you're backed by the leading tax preparer, TurboTax, and we'll show you all your filing options up front, so there are no surprises. Feel accomplished and confident that your taxes are done right. File an Intuit Credit Karma today. Ah, yeah. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Public health is more than just healthcare. While a doctor treats individuals, public health looks at the health of a community. At Metro Health, we research the risk of illness and take action to stop the spread of infectious diseases. We introduce prevention and early detection activities that help individuals enjoy healthier lives. We protect against environmental health hazards. Metro Health collaborates with community partners to improve health outcomes because we are all public health. Celebrate National Public Health Week with us. Learn more at sa.gov/health.
Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm down here reporting from Main Street food trucks with some people all looking quite excited. Excuse me, can you tell me what's happening here? Y'all look extremely happy.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion.
And with the jackpot.com lottery app, you can now buy official lottery tickets right on your phone.
Lottery tickets right on your phone.
Wait, you can really do that?
Yes, and it's super easy. You just download the app, choose your lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can now buy official lottery tickets anywhere, anytime, right on your phone. Just download the jackpot.com lottery app. Back to the studio.
The Powerball jackpot is over $1 billion. Download the free jackpot.com lottery app and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Never miss another jackpot. Go to the App Store right now and search for the jackpot.com lottery app. The jackpot.com lottery app.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. That was James Hetfield. Always appreciate that.
As in
Metallica.
Hatfields and McCoys?
Yeah.
Is he part of that group?
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly what it is.
Wait, I didn't realize he might be related.
Well, he could be. And he might be.
Hatfield is not a common name. Now, McCoy might be. But Hatfield is.
It's Hetfield.
Oh, Headfield. Well, that's certainly not a common name.
No. It's James.
I think
That's common.
I think he changed it.
You think?
Yeah. He didn't want to be involved in that rivalry.
With the McCoys?
Yeah. I mean, that's a rumble.
Speaking of James's, our James Pledger is having a birthday this weekend.
How about that?
Absolutely. When is your actual birthday, Pledge?
Tuesday.
What are you going to be, 25, Pledge?
Again.
Yeah, again.
Still. Yes. What is it, 43, 44?
43.
43.
Wow.
43 years old.
How about that?
One James Pledge. Absolutely.
Is that like you getting a little emotional? That's like watching your kid grow up, turn 43?
Just ready for him to be off the insurance.
Grow up's a very strong phrase.
Yeah. Well, that's all of us, Pledge, right? I mean, when it comes to men, most of us physically are one age, mentally a completely different age.
The problem is Pledge is both mentally and physically much younger than he really is. It's like that Dan Orlovsky fart the other day, and we all are laughing about it. He claims it was windshield wipers. He is still claiming that he didn't fart, yet Dude Wipe sent him 3 years worth of Dude Wipes.
Dude, I wish somebody sent me 3 years worth of that.
To be at the top at both of those, essentially.
That was a fart. That was not windshield wipers.
Dude Wipes, I would love to get a supply of those.
You would, huh?
Absolutely. You make that happen, Minix?
Sure. I'll just call the Dude Wipe guy tomorrow.
Call him, have him advertise.
Ryan Eagle's got the. And they'll tell you to go to the store.
I could hear it now. Dude Wipes. They're so soft.
Professional spokesperson, ladies and gentlemen.
They're so soft, and you get you very clean.
Well, hang on. What is the Dude Wipes slogan? Because I honestly, I remember when Travis Frederick did a deal with those guys, and then I haven't heard about them since.
Dude Wipes?
Yes.
Well, I'm assuming they're similar to the stuff that I buy at Costco.
Well, I mean, you got to, but if you're going to do what was that pathetic tagline you just tried to do for them?
That they're soft?
Yes.
And they get you clean?
Yes. No. See, I mean, you go to their website, best clean, pants down.
Oh,
see?
Sweet.
That apparently is their tagline.
Nice.
You can find them at all kinds of places.
What are they called? Dude Wipes?
Dude Wipes. It's time to relearn how to wipe. There's a whole video. Clears instead of smears. We could write all kinds of commercials here.
We could.
Yes.
They sell them at Sam's Club.
Yeah, they sell them at Walmart. Wet things clean better than dry things.
I agree with that.
Clears
completely.
instead of smears.
I completely agree
Extra
with
large
that.
wipes. And why do they have a Twix bar on the Dude Wipe so you can see the length of it? I mean, when it says extra large wipes.
Well, a Twix bar might look like poo.
Well,
so maybe that's
might look like.
So that's why they're doing it.
Flush them. Get the goods. And then they've got some real crappy reviews.
And they've got extra large.
Well, I just said that. Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's the one, the picture with the Twix on it.
Oh, extra large.
You can't call them rawhide anymore.
Wow. Extra large wipes.
I mean, we could have a lot of fun with doing commercials for Dude Wipes.
Well, make it happen, man.
I mean, it's a social dump all over the place.
Make it happen. I love that. Best clean with your pants down or pants down?
No, best clean, pants down.
Oh, see?
I mean, you're a spokesperson. You got to know how to do that.
I love that.
Yes.
They got all kinds of stuff here. Look at this guy on social media.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
Squirrel, really?
Yeah.
Dude Wipes are fascinating. You know, next thing you're going to do is get a bidet.
Now, see, I would like to do that. And I still don't know why those aren't a thing.
What, bidets?
In the United States, yes.
Dude, I got a bidet at my house.
No, you don't.
I literally have a bidet at my house.
Do you really?
Absolutely. It was given to me for my birthday a couple of years ago. How old am I? 51. It was given to me at my 50th birthday party. I was given a bidet. I was told by Renee, this will change your life. It is still in the box in the closet. I've yet to hook that thing up.
Why?
Well, I don't know how.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's sad.
And I haven't called the plumber. No, you got all kinds of, like, you need a plumber to do that.
Well, see, the problem with that is
I'm not willing to risk doing that on my own.
You can't heat that water. See, if it's hooked up properly, it's hot. The water's or warm. Can you imagine somebody spraying cold water up your butt? I mean, it's like that. Yeah.
So you want a heated bidet? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
One that you can, that is warm.
So
soothing.
We were staying at Aria one time.
Yeah.
And they have a bidet in there. That's quite a surprise, if you will, because you got to try it. I mean, if it's in there, it's in the hotel room. You've got to try it.
Of course you do.
Yeah. That water was not heated. That'll wake you up.
Well, maybe you didn't wait long enough.
Well, what do you mean? How long are you going to wait?
We turn it on. It's like a shower.
I don't think so. I mean, you turn it on when you're done, right? Or maybe I didn't do it right. I don't know, but it's at that time of the process, and you hit the button, and it was it was cold water. I don't think you let that water run until it heats up and then sit down.
Well, then it'd be hard because then it'd be there'd be the poop coming out and the water going in.
You'd have all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, that would be bad. With a towel. You throw it on the floor. It's a hotel.
You are sick. You are a sick man. Please tell me that did not happen. I think you wipe.
No.
Well, how do you?
That's the whole point.
Well, no. I mean, I mean, you're not using as much toilet paper, but yeah, you don't just air dry.
Well, you use a towel.
You're not using a towel.
In a hotel, I would. And at home, no.
And then leave it for the maid.
Well, of course.
God, you're sick.
Well, you're not going to have brown stuff on there.
Somebody's going to reuse that towel.
Dude, it's like looking behind the kitchen door. You have no clue what the hell happened with a guest that was in there right before you.
I trust me, I know.
And
I don't want to
know.
The same thing with the bed and the sheets and everything else.
I don't want to know.
I'm with you.
And I don't want to know what's going on in the kitchen of my favorite restaurant. Just as long as the food's good, I'm happy with that. There was a news station that used to do that behind the kitchen door thing. It's like, I don't want to know what the hell's back there.
Well, as long as they didn't go to any restaurant I went to, I didn't care. I found it interesting. I'm not necessarily an expert on plumbing, but it is being brought to my attention that there's no hot water line going to any toilet.
Well,
it's only going to be cold water.
Boyce Montez on our YouTube channel says some bidets have built-in fans and water heater and install with the toilet seat. So a fan, you use a bidet and then that fan just dries you off.
Air dries?
Yeah.
So it's got like a hair dryer?
I guess so, as long as it's warm.
Well, I mean, think about it now. I mean, you go into some places and, after you go and you wash your hands and they've got that fan there that hair dry your hands.
Right? I don't like that. I like towels.
Well, I've always heard that it's not necessarily as sanitary as towels because it's blowing stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. So you want one of those blowing that air up.
I didn't say I wanted that. I'm just saying
literally you just did.
Well, no, Boyce Montez just said that. He said some have built-in fans. It's an idea. I mean, a little fan blowing.
Hot air?
Hot air.
Depends on how gassy you were. Was it a total Orlovsky or not?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know why there are things. In Europe, there's bidets everywhere. It's just like a natural thing. It never caught on in the United States for some reason.
Well, because the toilet paper mafia didn't like bidets.
Maybe that's it.
But
is there a toilet paper mafia?
Sure.
Wow.
I mean, you think about it. I've got the bidet. I've thought about it, but I'm not calling a plumber. I could call my handyman guy.
Well, why don't you? Somebody gave you that. Now they know that the gift that they gave you is sitting in your garage.
Well, it's in my closet.
Okay, it's sitting in your
not
closet.
In the garage. It's in the closet in the bathroom. What's that little room called where you keep the towels and all the stuff? The pantry?
It's not a pantry.
I know there's a word for it. Pantry's in the kitchen. Linen closet. Thank you, Martha Stewart.
Boy, Shelton's a little more refined than we give him credit for.
Well, I'm curious what the hell's in his linen closet.
I don't want to know.
The 2 towels that he stole from the Quality Inn 18 years ago.
Howdy. Oh.
A wash rag.
A wash rag.
Hasn't been used.
Oh,
a loofah.
My goodness.
I could see Greg Shelton being a loofah guy.
You think he's a loofah guy?
I think Shelton a loofah guy.
What,
I am so glad that man does not have a microphone.
He's sensitive over there. It scratches his skin.
Well, that's why he uses a loofah and a bidet, because he's sensitive.
He's sensitive.
Dude wipes.
Then he's dude wipes. That.
Although I do think, though, even though they're flushable, the people at Saws do not want you using wipes and flushing them. You can use wipes and throw them in the trash can, but they don't want you to flush them.
Now, who's going to want to do that?
Well, I mean,
that'd be like wiping your bottom with toilet paper and throwing it in the trash can.
I would think at that point you would have to be a little ladylike, if you will, and that time where every month where they've got to have stuff and get rid of them, and however they do that, you would have to do with your wipes.
Well,
because the wipes clog pipes. I think that's an actual saying. Even if they say they're flushable, they're really not.
Well, let me tell you something. I use them and I flush them. My pipes are just fine.
That you think your pipes are fine.
Pipes are just fine.
Yeah.
Pipes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Your pipes are fine until they're not.
Well, they're fine right now.
You had 5 daughters, and you probably thought, well, why is the sink always clogging up? Because you had 5 daughters.
Well, that was hair.
It was.
I'm not losing hair in the toilet.
Well, but I mean, your pipes are doing the same thing.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not going to stop.
I'm just saying.
It's a nice clean.
Get yourself a fancy little trash can to put in your bathroom.
No,
just for your wipes.
Nope.
Yep.
Ain't happening.
It'd be like a kitty litter box.
So, what is this? Saul's going to come give me a fine?
Well, they might. they might.
Hey, Saws, I'm using wipes and I'm flushing them.
When they pull those wipes out and drop them off in your driveway, here's your disposable wipes, sir.
Saws.
Spurs played the Pelicans.
Oh, that's right. That was a great Spurs segment.
Yeah. Game night San Antonio. That was great. And look, man, they play at 7. That game's on Ken's. 8 o'clock. I'm flipping over for UConn, Iowa.
No doubt about it. I will be doing the same thing, without a doubt.
Monday, we're live at the Roof.
Dude, it's been great out here
Pledge,
the last 2 days.
You got a show?
I am. I'm leading us up to Astros Rangers at the bottom of the hour.
Astros Rangers.
Nice.
Bottom of the hour. For those of you not in the business, that means 6:30.
Well, everybody says bottom of the hour. That's just not radio business. Hey, bottom of the hour, top of the hour.
Yes.
Bottom of the hour?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. Look at that.
Bottom of the hour. Oh, it's a great idea, Jim.
It's time to go. Extra innings with Pledge next here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Riding 410 with the Blitz.